what's happening, you beautiful people? Welcome to the best show in the building.
Yes.
This time of the morning, it's your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso.
It's the best show on the planet, as voted for by a panel of individuals who will not be mentioned. But I'm saying the best show ever. And of course, we've got this man, Ryle, who is here today. Somebody who is just an energetic individual that will give you exactly what you require. There's going to be a full energetic performance from him a little later as South Africa introduces, I know this, South Africa is introducing something that is going to be deadly.
Ooh,
but fitness. I know, I'll get to that later. But then not only is there you, Ryle, but then there's also the energy that comes from Johannesburg, Zanele.
Ooh.
Yours is infectious and is necessary for any good health.
Oh, stop it, my Carl. You guys are just too much. Also, may I say, you guys are looking extra handsome today. What is it? Is it the air in Cape Town? Ooh. Is it the fact that we made it practically to the weekend? What is it, guys?
I think it's definitely, for me, it's going to be my look today. I'm going for that, like, worldly safari tour guide. Like,
yes.
I can show you the secrets to the world if you stick around for the next 3 hours. I think that's why I'm so confident this morning. Yeah?
No, that's exactly it. Also, I look like the park manager, and he's the ranger at the park. I feel like that's what we're going for. So you like it? It's not good looking. I feel like you just want to leave day to go check out a wildlife reserve.
Wait, do I not look like I'm actually going to a wildlife reserve? I feel like I just need a hat.
Yes,
There.
you're
You know what I mean?
VIP client, and we are here to serve you, so let's get this ride going. Come on.
I love
great.
that.
Oh, it's going to be a good show. It's going to be an amazing show. So while you enjoy the tour, right, let's show you the sights and sounds. We have the majestic Grant Hines in his natural habitat, who will be showing you the new Suzuki Swift, a car packed with personality, style, and value. It's going to be
Yeah, now listen, we're going to be taking a closer look at this colorful cartoon Suzuki Swift. What am I saying? Yes, I'm saying a cartoon Suzuki Swift. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to stick around because they spray painted it live at a thrilling event which Grant Hines attended this past December. So it was just around the corner, and it was an absolutely incredible opportunity to see this fun, energetic ride just come to life. And you're going to get first row seats to exactly that.
It's going to be such a great show. But now, let's go over to Johannesburg, where Zanele will do the good morning post, which means you have to get involved on social media. Let's watch.
Oh, thank you, my ever-energetic Carl. Let's continue and let's find out what's going to be happening. Expresso, this is all you need this morning to get to just what you absolutely want, which is getting that beautiful start to your day. And you know we always have fun, yes, on the screen, but we also want to find out what's happening in terms of the social media streets. So let's head on over to it. Today, we want to pimp our rides. We want to pimp yours even. And this is why we want to know #Expresso Show at 063-408-8863. If you could add one dream feature to your car, what would it be? It could be absolutely anything. For me, I want a cinema in the back. And that's all I'm going to say. This is about you, though, and you've got to come through #Expresso Show at 063-408-8863. Let's find out how it is you are pumping your ride. Right about now, though, let's get to business because the beautiful Ryle is standing by with the news headlines.
All these adjectives and adverbs, you can keep it coming. I like it. For now, the official duties must commence, and starting with national headlines. Now, the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, Mameloko Kubai, has announced that a list of convicted sexual offenders and GBV perpetrators will be made public by the end of February. Now, speaking at the Kgalema Motlanthe Foundation's 365 Days Against GBV Awareness campaign, which took place in Soweto, she emphasized the need for stronger legislation to ensure justice. Now, nearly 2 months into her role, Kubai aims to curb femicide and empower parents with information. Now, this move is part of ongoing efforts to combat gender-based violence. Next up, Agricultural Minister John Steenhuisen has praised the signing of the Preservation and Development of Agricultural Land Bill into law, ensuring long-term food production, job creation and economic growth. Now, signed by President Ramaphosa, the bill establishes a national framework to protect agricultural land and prevents its fragmentation and also promotes sustainable use. Now, it replaces outdated legislation as valuable farmland has been rapidly lost to residential and mining developments. Now, Steenhuisen emphasized its importance in securing food security and strengthening South Africa's agricultural sector. Well, we move over to international headlines right now, and the Democratic Republic of Congo's president, Felix Tshisekedi, is not participating in regionally brokered talks aimed at ending the rebel assault on Goma. And that was from a state media report. Now, Kenyan President William Ruto invited Tshisekedi and Rwanda's Paul Kagame to a virtual summit. Now, Rwanda is accused of supporting the M23 rebel group, which controls much of the city, including the airport. Now, all this while Kagame agreed with the US on the need for a ceasefire, he did not commit to withdrawing Rwandan troops or the M23 rebels from Goma. Well, next up, President Donald Trump's administration reserved a proposed spending freeze that had disrupted hundreds of billions of dollars in aid, and that's to US programs, following a temporary block by a federal judge. Now, this marked the first major domestic policy reversal of his new term, and the freeze had caused chaos, particularly affecting medical and child care providers. And additionally, the White House announced plans to target pro-Palestinian student protesters for deportation, expanding Trump's immigration crackdown to include individuals based on political views. Now, this order, if implemented, would also target those who are in the country legally. And lastly, to round up this dose of the headlines, fans of Bluey, Australia's most iconic family show about a playful blue healer pup and her adventures with her mum, dad and little sister Bingo, have gone bonkers over the newly released Bluey dollar bucks. Now, with only 5,000 minted, demand has skyrocketed, and Australia Post sold out in under an hour, and collectors are paying up to $4,000 for a 10-coin set. Now, originally priced at $30, these coins are so sought after that even criminals are joining the frenzy. Now, while eBay prices soar, there is still hope. Now, limited edition Bluey coins could turn up in your change. Now, if you visit Australia and are lucky enough to spot one, hold on to it tight, because the Bluey mania is real. While we carry on with the rest of the mania, and here's Carl with the latest when it comes to all things sports.
Well, last night I was pretty much up all night watching 18 Champions League matches, but here's a few picks. Manchester City staged a comeback against Club Brugge to secure Champions League knockout spot, joined by Paris Saint-Germain as well as Arsenal in the last 16. Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, Lille and Aston Villa also clinched top 8 finishes, skipping the new playoff round alongside Liverpool and Barcelona. Now on to cricket. My Cape Town cruised to a dominant 10-wicket bonus point win over Sunrisers Eastern Cape in the SA20 at the World Sports Betting Newlands. And Corbin Bosch shone with 4 for 19, skipping the visitors for just 107. Then Ryan Rickleton and Rassie van der Dussen did the rest. They smashed an unbeaten 110 in 11 overs. The victory secures My Cape Town's spot in qualifier number 1. Well, let's stay with cricket. Steve Smith became the 15th batsman and 4th Australian to reach 10,000 test runs, achieving the milestone with a single off his first ball against Sri Lanka in Gale. Now, the 35-year-old joins Ricky Ponting, Alan Border and Steve Waugh in the elite club. Leading Australia in Pat Cummins' absence, Smith boasts an average above 55 with 35 centuries since his 2010 debut. Let's head over to motorsport. Lewis Hamilton crashed a 2023 Ferrari F1 car during a private test at Barcelona's Circuit de Catalunya, but escaped unhurt. The 7-time world champion, still adjusting after leaving Mercedes, lost control and hit the barriers, damaging the suspension and some of the bodywork. His session with teammate Charles Leclerc was cut short as Ferrari assessed the damage. The test, conducted under regulations allowing limited mileage in older cars, followed Hamilton's first run with Ferrari at Fiorano. That was last week. And that's it for your sporting action for now. Another update, as always, in 1 hour. But let's take a first look at your weather. Here's Zanele.
Let's have a look at what's happening with your weather today. You know we always keep keep you up to date. And of course, the South African Weather Service has let us in that they've issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms in parts of KZN and Mpumalanga, with damaging winds, hail, and heavy downpours expected. Localized flooding and infrastructure damage are possible, and the rest of the country will experience warm to very hot conditions, with temperatures reaching the mid-30s. There are also no fire warnings for today, so at least that's a good thing. Meanwhile, the Weather Service's ICT systems, which were compromised in a criminal security breach on Sunday, remain down, unfortunately, affecting aviation, marine services, emails, as well as their website. We'll keep you up to date in terms of what's happening on that side, but we always love to see what is happening in terms of the sunrise view of the hour, and we say, please show us what it is looking like. And honestly, it is always so easy. A young snap on 063 408 8863. And this morning, Dorette from Amanzi Ndoti, my goodness, you have outdone yourself. This picture right here, it looks like, you know, there's a little bit of an explosion, but it's an explosion of sun that's allowing the water to just look so beautiful, as well as the roofs of the houses in front of you. Thank you so much, Dorette. You've honestly made my morning, and I know you've done so for Mzansi as well. And South Africa, it's your turn. 063 408 8863. I call it your country duty. Please come and show us what your sunrise view is looking like this morning. For now, let's take a look at what's happening with your temperatures.
Hole 38. Get the sunscreen, the hat, and the Speedo. Let's go uppies. It's looking hot out there, and I'm here for it, man. Absolutely for it.
It's hot here as well.
It is.
Not only is it hot because, of course, we look like wildlife guides, but also it's because, you know, Charlize Berg is going to release a brand new single called Workdate, and we are here for it. We love vocals from the locals, so that's going to come up a little bit later. We look forward to such great successes, and that's why this platform is for individuals just like Charlize, and Zanele will have a chat to Charlize in the next few.
Absolutely. And then we've got the man of the hour, Grant Hines, coming through to hype us up in the world of racing. Firstly, we're diving into some of the most epic racing games. And then from there, we take it to the real world and get into something that can race. But before that, don't go any Mzansi. Prepare yourself, because the magic is about to hit you for the next few hours. See you soon.
morning, Zanzi, and welcome back. It's time to officially kick off the show as we get you going for your day. And we brought along a queen that is going to put a smile on your face. I am talking about a songstress who honestly and truly has got the vocal cords of an angel. But on top of that, she's got a bunch of hits under her belt, and she's someone you cannot ignore because her talent is just out of this world. She's somebody who has taken in her stride actually songwriting and sharing her experiences in music. But this time around, we're celebrating the fact that she has a brand new single out called Date. And everyone, it is time for us to welcome the ever-gorgeous Charlize Berg. Charlize, how are you, babe?
I'm good. Thank you, Zanele.
Of course. Charlize, I love your work. I love your music. I love your voice. And it's something that stemmed from when you were only 12 years old. You've been in this industry for 16 years. And this is why I need to ask you, because honestly, I feel like you're somebody who's just gone from strength to strength, because you literally are a mother, but then you're also a superstar, but then you're also all of these other roles. How do you balance everything?
Well, I have to say it is quite challenging.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Being both at the same time.
Yes.
But I feel so honored to get to live out my passion as well and have that kind of journey that I take my kids on as well.
Yes.
So they get to share in the music, a little bit of the music life, not too much. But I think God gives me strength, and I think every mama can resonate with that.
Yeah.
Having two babies changed my world and has given me so much more to live for. So perspective and yeah, praying a lot.
I can imagine. I can imagine prayer keeps you
helps
strong,
a lot,
girl.
yeah.
Are any of them musically inclined?
Yes, I have to say my little boy he can hold the rhythm.
Come on.
He can keep up with it. And then my little girl can sing very well. But I am starting to, give some tips here and there.
I love that.
Some technique training.
Okay,
so,
Christina. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
We
We'll see
will.
what happens.
But in terms of you and your career, you've got so much to be proud of, because in 2012, if I'm correct, you were nominated in a couple of categories at the South African Music Awards. It was Best Pop Album of the Year, Best Female Artist, and Best Song. And this is just a couple of highlights of your career. Talk to us about how that nomination changed your life.
Well, firstly, I think it's very humbling to be seen and heard as an artist. I feel, it's such a powerful thing to have that kind of message and influence on people who listen to it. So that's first and foremost, I think, the biggest part of being on this adventure. But obviously very humbled and very honoured.
Yes, I can imagine.
To this day, thankful to have that opportunity and platform. Yes. And I'll never forget that experience. The summers was something else, let me tell you.
I can imagine.
I was starstruck 24/7, having Jay, so everybody around you, and just finding yourself in the middle of it. Very surreal.
And with you saying finding yourself in the middle of it, you were also part of those superstars, ma'am. They were literally your peers, the people that you were fangirling over. It was really like, yeah, I'm also some award nominated.
I guess we're all just human in that way. But talent,
yeah,
I can appreciate another artist's
100%.
talent as well. So
100%. And it's
pinch
always good to
myself.
be able to.
Absolutely, absolutely. Enjoying the ride.
And speaking of enjoying the ride, I think one of the most difficult things that some artists take on is being an independent artist.
Oh yes.
Yeah, yes, and this is something that you're currently doing right now. Talk to us about that journey.
Well, it's been an interesting journey because I've been attached to loads of labels before, and it's taken me a while. I wouldn't want to change anything.
Yeah.
I enjoyed having been signed to a label, but being independent gives you that creative freedom. And I feel like I'm mentally in that headspace and season where I've learned enough to apply that now comfortably. And I have a message and no boundaries. So I enjoy it. It really is a challenge, but I enjoy having that opportunity to just do my own thing. So it's fun being independent.
Yes. I'm so happy for you, because it can be something that's really challenging.
Absolutely.
But you're clearly killing it, ma'am, because look at you with Date.
Yeah, we have to steamroll and push forward. And I think
Yes.
that's what the industry has taught me a lot about, is having that mindset of persevering and just keep going. And that's what Date is about. It's like finally, it's the time. And that only comes with perseverance.
Yes, 100%. And can I ask you where exactly that stemmed from? Was it an experience? Is that where writing the song came from?
I think it's something that I've always wanted to say. That still small voice that's always been with you, but I feel like the timing was right. because I'll never forget. I was standing in the kitchen. I think I was just making food for the family, and this melody and the lyrics, everything just flowed out of me. So I pulled out my phone, went straight to my voice notes, and just recorded it. So a lot of it fell into place quite easy. So I think Wichtigheid was always meant to be put out there.
That's beautiful. Also, you weren't just cooking up a storm in the kitchen, you were cooking up a storm creatively, girl. I love that.
Yes,
I love
absolutely.
that. And it absolutely is such a beautiful song. I mean, we were listening to it earlier on, and I was just like, I feel motivated for the day. I'm ready.
Yes.
I can take it on.
It's that New Year energy, you know? Ready to take on a new year.
Yeah.
And just perspective. Every day is a new opportunity.
And it is.
Yeah, I just want to embrace life and have people embrace it as well. Remind them.
Come
you
on.
can do this.
Come on. And speaking of opportunities, if you get the opportunity to collaborate with a couple of Afrikaans singers or even just musicians very soon, who would you like to possibly collaborate with?
I have worked with loads of artists in the
Yeah.
past, so I've ticked a lot of
Oh, come on.
a lot of those boxes.
Charlize has done it all, okay? She's done it all.
I've sang with so many artists.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose, I would like to do something very different.
Ooh.
Maybe feature with an alternative artist.
Yes. Amapiano.
Yeah, well,
I'm joking, Charlize, I'm joking. But it
that
would be so
sounds like my
interesting.
vibe.
I can hear it.
bring it my way, I will do it.
There is
Trust
Afrikaans
me.
Amapiano at the moment, so if there's a woman who can do it, I would say
And even
you.
English.
Yes.
I love both sides. I've released an English song a few months ago as well. So I can do any genre. Give it to
Because
me.
Wichtigheid.
Because Wichtigheid.
Exactly, I love
Yes.
that.
We'll see. Maybe I can find some alternative artists out there that really, is up my alley and something new can come of it.
I love that. Well, what I love even more, though, is the fact that you're not going anywhere, Charlize. And this is why you got to stick around with Zanzi. She's going to be blowing you away with Wichtigheid in a few. And trust me, it is something that is going to get your day going 100%. You got to make sure you also don't go anywhere because there's so much still to come right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And this is why, Raul, I got to ask you, how are you feeling about the rest of the day, my darling? Is it a Wichtigheid for you?
Oh, yeah, we're going high. I'm absolutely loving the energy and the feelings from this conversation. Can't wait for that performance, and maybe we can give your the balance of your wallet some work, right? Because obviously this is Thursday, and this could turn into a big payday when you play Daily Lotto for a guaranteed 600,000 Rand jackpot. So the real question is, what are you waiting for? You want to buy your tickets now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or you can simply dial *120 *7529# and then follow the USSDs. It's that simple. And we're going to make it even easier for you by putting these details on our Expresso social media pages right now. So you can go check it out and get involved. Go Panda, push up, play the Daily Lotto for a guaranteed 600,000 Rand jackpot today. And you could be celebrating a big, big payday. But only if you play now. Good luck.
Good luck indeed. In fact, good luck with a brand new fitness challenge coming your way. Deadly Dozen. We got a fitness workout inspired by that. So stand by. Cameron Cleaver is in the building to take Raul to his paces. Plus, this man, when it comes to racing games, he is the fittest on the planet.
Am I doing squats or am I...
You're doing a squat racing.
Squat racing.
Squat racing. That could be the new fitness trend, though. We are going to chat about racing games. Just in a nutshell, why is this year one of the biggest years for racing games?
I think games as a service has really kind of like settled itself in the industry.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of games as services for racing fans
Nice.
that they're going to be very excited about.
All right. A few of them coming your way. Make sure you stay right there while we squat race.
Can we squat race? This is it.
It's good. Welcome back. This is Expresso on S3, and let's chat about the world of racing. Now, these racing games, they are shifting into higher gear in 2025 with some major titles set to push the limits of speed, realism, and innovation. We're talking from Project Motor Racing to Forza Horizon 6. The competition is fierce this year, and fans have a lot to look forward to, and this is why we needed Grant Hines to sit on this couch and break it down for us, because we're going to chat about the most anticipated games of the year when it comes to the racing genre. Now, you said this is one of the biggest that has ever happened in 2025. What is happening this year? Why is this such an anticipated year?
So, in the video game industry, there's something called games as a service, or live service games. And they have kind of been in the realm for racing games, but all this brand new, like, this technology when it comes to the 50 series graphics cards and the ray tracing really plays a big part in racing games. Racing games can look like the most realistic games out there.
And you showed us so many on the show.
Right, so that can blow your mind. So you've got these amazing graphics, but also the genres have changed. So you get like arcade races, these open world races, you get these simulators, so it's very like realistic tweaking. So there's something for everybody in every single niche of car racing. And you will see, you know, like, if you're a car head, you know that there's different bubbles of car communities. Not every car head is the same. It's like football. You support one team, another person supports another team, or another league, or whatever the case is. It's the same thing. But look how realistic the graphics have gotten, how amazing it's going to be shaping up.
You showed us games where, I mean, I think it was a Forza game actually, where you showed us the light on the bonnet, the way they shape that, the way the car moves, the way it interacts with the environment over certain things. It's a new ball game, but now we're looking forward to a couple of titles, Forza Horizon 6, as well as Assetto Corsa Evo. I just want to know, why are these ones very important to look forward to, especially if you're a racing fan?
So Forza Horizon 6 is different from Forza.
Yeah.
So Forza is like their simulator game. Forza Horizon is their big open world arcade game. And you feel like the best thing I can say is like you're playing micro machines. You're just playing with all these different kinds of cars that are, if you are just a gas head or whatever, you can get to experience all these different kinds of vehicles in wild situations, jumping out of airplanes and doing these cool races, and then competing with your friends online because it's open world. So it's a lot of fun, and there's a huge fan base around that. Assetto Corsa is the very hardcore, community-driven simulation game. It's generally what a lot of people use for tournaments now. So if you are, there's the Knysna Hill climb, right? Or Kalani, it's inside Assetto Corsa, and a lot of races, if you're racing that course, you will use the simulated course online and practice to get it right. What speed you should be hitting, what corners you should be hitting, and people customize their own cars for the game because, you know, you can tune a car to real world specs and find out what those cars are like. So it's the ultimate like real world experience, and that's just kicked off. So I'm excited to see what the car community does with it. But that's not the only things that has happened. Did you enjoy those big arcade, like, you know, Need for Speed type titles?
I still do it. You know that I still walk into those arcades and try those games as well.
So Need for Speed Underground?
Yes.
So that's, like, I know South Africans, you love Need for Speed Underground.
Definitely.
There's a game called Tokyo Extreme Racer, which has a legacy. This is a new one. It's like 20 years ago, I think, the last one came out. But I'm specifically excited about it because it's a Japanese-only sports car night racing thing. So think of Tokyo Drift, if you'd like. And you can completely mod it because, you know, I'm a huge Suzuki head. Suzuki is like is one of the big Japanese cars. You can completely mod your Suzuki Swift Sport. There's one in front. Well, like you can do whatever you like with these cars, and it's that whole Tokyo Drift vibe back in it. And I know South Africans love it, and I know a lot of South Africans don't know about it. So Tokyo Extreme Race is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get my hands on that.
You know, I think racing games, there's a lot of therapy in them. But I know people need to, there's something about it. I think it's because like, we suck at it so bad in the beginning, and then you get better and better. And then you start, you know, you go from
welcome to video games,
and then you go to like 5th, and then you're like, I got 3rd and 2nd. And I think that's so joyous. So for anybody who wants to get into video games, especially the racing genre, where do you think they should start? What's a good way to just start things up?
I think start with like a Forza Horizon, something light, something that's like an arcade type game.
Yeah.
That's very forgiving. Where you could change the difficulty.
Yes.
Right, like something like that. And also maybe something where the racing is not the lead component. Tokyo Extreme Racer, it's about modding your car. It's about changing, you know, the gear ratios. It's about changing your chassis on top.
I love that. It's like Gran Turismo that really put that to the table for us, right?
And then if you're frustrated by games like where you have got to get your A International license at Gran Turismo, that was therapy in high school for me.
Yes.
I used to just do my A International license, and you do it over and over until you get it, and you trimmel for like milliseconds. But that's not for everybody, right?
No.
So if you want to have that fun experience, look at arcade races, and if you want to have if you can't afford to get into like the real world simulation, like drive sport of racing, get into like Assetto Corsa or something.
I think that's going to be it's such a big year for racing games. So thanks a lot, Grant. And a little later, I'm actually very excited about a certain Suzuki opportunity that we have as well. That is going to be good, but we're not going to go there just yet because there's another thing to look forward to. If racing games are not your thing, perhaps you like some fitness games. And there's a brand new fitness contender on the block. And I can tell you by name, it's going to be exciting. Deadly Dozen.
Boom, boom, boom. Yes, you heard it. And this morning we are going to be diving into the world of fitness, racing with the Deadly Dozen. Now listen, this is a high-intensity challenge that is absolutely sweeping across the globe, and it's now in South Africa with a dynamic format. It blends strength, endurance, community, and it's making the ultimate test of athleticism and grit. So if this is piquing your interest, then you definitely want to pay attention right now because you could be South Africa's next champion. So we've got the big gun in the building. Karen Cleaver is here, our personal trainer and athlete, joining us to explain the fitness craze that's taken over the world. Karen, you pretty much are the guy to beat when it comes to events like this, but talk to me about Deadly Dozen, man. What is it all about?
Yeah, it's slightly different to the fitness race we used to hear. We find there's three big players globally that are popping up. It's Hyrox, it's Deca, and it's Deadly Dozen. Hyrox with 8 movements, Deca with 10, Deadly Dozen with 12. So Deadly Dozen, it's only a year old, but it is sweeping across the globe very quickly. Now in South Africa, 22nd of March, Cape Town. It's in the UK, it's in the States, Australia, Mexico, Canada, and more coming.
Okay, so this is a global phenomenon taking over right now. I'm assuming 12 exercises, hence the name Dozen.
Yeah.
I don't like the name Deadly though, because that means it's going to get quite intense. What's the format like, really?
So it's slightly different. So the appeal will be different to different people. So it's a 400-meter run, which we call journeys, and then it's into a labor. So it's 12 different labors. It stems from a military background. The guy, Jake Curtis, that actually created it, he used to be the PT for the British Army for a couple of years. So all the different movements, they're very accessible. You can do these workouts in your garage. All you're going to need is body weight, weight plates, kettlebells, and dumbbells.
Okay, that's pretty simple, man. So, look, we're talking about this thing, but I want to go through some of the actual moves because I know there's a lot of people that think, hey, I can do this. I can take the challenge on. And then I think there are people that just want to have fun with it.
Yeah.
And this is a great opportunity to do that as well. Get into something of a challenge with your body. So let's do exactly that. You want to take me through some of the moves?
Sure, we're going to go through 4 of the movements. There's 4 dumbbell-based movements. So you've got all of those. So what we're going to start with the lunges. So it would be 120 meters of walking lunges.
Okay.
But we're just going to do them as station lunges. So just grab both of them.
All right. Maybe eventually you would in the race be going a distance here, but we're going to keep the station, right?
Yeah, so we're racing around the track, a single lap, and then we're competing across the track with the different workout stations.
Hey.
Back onto the track for another lap. So you just keep moving.
And if you're feeling up to it, you can race pace this thing if you want to, if you're strong enough.
It can either be for fun or race pace it. It literally appeals to absolutely everybody, which is great.
Oh.
Okay,
And I'm just thinking to myself, man, what, 120 meters of this?
Yeah, and then
That's going to burn.
back into the track.
Okay, and then from this, you go to a 400-meter run, and then it goes back to the next exercise.
Correct. So I think what we're going to do next is the push press.
Okay.
So we've got 60 reps of push press, basically to your shoulders, straight above your head.
Is that just standing? Is there a squat involved as well?
Just standing
so just
for
standing,
that.
press it above my head.
That's correct.
60 times, though.
60 times.
Ooh, that's going to add up,
Gonna
man.
burn. You can take breaks.
And you can definitely get some bolder shoulders while training for this workout as well, which is something I like about this event because it's making me understand that this is going to give you an extra incentive to get stronger, get fitter, and try and master some of these moves as well. So that in
100%.
itself is an entire journey on its own, man. I love that.
So drop one of the weights.
Oh, thank you.
just one of them. Then we're going to go into 60 snatches. Let's maybe just bash out 5 of them.
Okay, do you want to talk to me about snatches in terms of do's and don'ts, maybe?
Yeah, so it's pretty much a squat. Keep your back straight, straight up above your head, and then it's alternating. Try to keep your arm closer to
my head.
Yeah,
right.
And then you're either switching at the top or the bottom.
Okay, so you can either finish that rep and do it on the other side.
Straight up. So that's 3 of the 4 movements. And then the last movement, you can pop that down, but you can pick both of them up now, and that's going to be your devil press, which is what you end with. So
this is a proper
all the reps are 60 throughout, except for the last finisher, you are tied, it's only 20. So devil press, as you know, it's basically a push-up.
So we're going to a push-up, right?
Yeah. And then
Stand
straight.
up above the head.
That's correct.
All right, and a rep count for this would also be 60, you say?
20.
20. I was going to say, whoa, 60 would be an absolute killer.
And then you're done.
So, Karen, this is pretty cool because these movements aren't that crazy. They're definitely going to work out my body. They're definitely going to give me that stimulus. But I can see so many people probably having fun with this. Who would you suggest gets involved in an event like this?
Well, I think it's all types. I think the nice thing is where we see it fitting in, we're going to be racing 10 times a year this year. We're taking it to all the corners of the country. We're going to Potch, we're going to Durban, we're going to PE.
Yes.
We are. Where else are we going? We're going basically all around the country.
Across the country.
So we're going to be racing once a month, every month. It is going to culminate with an SA Champs at the end of the year in Cape Town, which you qualify throughout the year. And this year, for the first time, there will be a World Champs for Deadly Dozen in Birmingham. We'll probably have our qualifiers for next year's World Champs. So it's exciting. You can either do it for fun, or you can take it seriously. So, but that is fitness racing. You're either an elite athlete or you're doing it for fun, and it's your challenges.
Oh, I absolutely love it. Well, I think I'd encourage Mzansi to get involved in this one. Find out from Cameron himself where you can reach out to Deadly Dozen and get involved in this incredible event. And it sounds like a new sport is on the horizon, and I'm absolutely keen for this one. So if you feel like you've got the goods and you've got what it takes to maybe be a champion and become one of those people representing us across the globe, then get involved now. Reach out to Cameron. He's got incredible reasons and ideas for you to maybe even get stronger, fitter, replicate what he's doing, and maybe you can be our champions. So Deadly Dozen has arrived in South Africa, and you need to get involved. Mzansi, we're going to finish up. I'm going to keep practicing. I want to be one of these athletes. But Kalitos, what's happening in the kitchen, bro? All right, Cam, let's carry on. Deadly Dozen.
I'm thinking about Deadly Dozen, and I'm thinking about how you need to chow. So I've got something for you over here. We are going to explore probably the best sandwich recipe of your entire life. You're going to need it in your life. Plus, when it comes to attainable futures in education, we need to delve a little deeper, and we plan to do so. So we've got food, we have education, and we have you. What more do we need? It's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on S3.
Season ahead. A myriad of possibilities.
Absa, official banking partner of the Premier League.
Welcome back. It's Expresso, and you know we love focusing on education, especially educational opportunities for everybody. Now, the saying goes, when education is affordable, the future becomes attainable for everyone, regardless of their circumstances. And I love that. And we have the very talented Stadio's head of student recruitment and marketing, Atalisha, is here on the couch, ready to chat to you and give you some of the guidance for your higher education opportunities. And that's why it excites me to hear that phrase about education being attainable. The other day I was talking about if you want to see a future that's bright, just give one student a chance. And I think that is so important.
Absolutely. Education is the best tool we can use to change the world and ourselves.
Yes, indeed. A great man once said something very similar, and I love that.
Exactly
Yes,
right.
I know what you're quoting there. But Stadio Higher Education turns 5 this year, apparently.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. We're super excited. So it's also my, I think, 5th time being here on the show.
Love it.
Yeah.
You see, so we got a lot of birthdays, a lot of anniversaries, a lot of things to celebrate. But let's talk about, you know, the evolution of this particular platform over the past 5 years and the growth it's seen as well.
I think in the beginning, we brought together 4 former really old institutions, so all with like a 20-year plus history to
Yes.
form one Stadio. And then we listed, and it's been meteoric. I think the South African public have shown us that they are looking for an education provider that's interested in giving them access to the qualifications they need, and missions aligned
Yes.
to what South Africa wanted to do. And we're so grateful to have that opportunity to see the campuses full with students. It's been an incredible journey. And now we're busy building our campus in the Western Cape and Durbanville. So it's really been a wonderful growth, and we're grateful to South Africans for allowing us into their lives.
I feel like I know why you have been growing, why it's meteoric. It's because you never lose sight on the purpose. And I've felt that in your brand. And the purpose is to create attainable education, to give everybody a chance. This is why there's such a Stadio connection that I feel, because you have so many platforms, so many things that I'm hearing about a Kulisa student share scheme as well.
Yes.
I want to hear a bit more about this because it's very interesting.
It's unique
Yes.
of its kind in the world. And I think what makes me happy is I can relate so much to our students. Not all of us come from a background where financial literacy, shareholding was part of the breakfast conversation.
Yeah.
So we usually figure that out as we adulting,
Yes.
and then you realize, oh, I need to invest or I need to do this. So we decided as a listed entity, we would award our postgraduate students, upon graduating from their postgraduate course, shares in Stadio. So they essentially move from being Stadio students to Stadio owners. And along with those shares, we
So
give
amazing.
them financial literacy workshops, encounters with our CEO where they can give him their feedback and ask questions directly, hear how people like that operate the market, and then maybe gain insight into their own financial investments and all the rest. So it's been an amazing initiative. The staff came on last year, so now all our staff at all levels also participate in the share program.
Wow. Do you see these twinkles in my eyes? I mean, this is it's beautiful because you know what I envision? I envision students getting their shares. I look ahead. I see those students creating the trusts and the organizations that give bursaries to other students to go and study. The cycle that you're creating is the cycle that this country needs. It needs more of the students who get opportunities to then share opportunities, and on the cycle goes. So Stadio is at the forefront of that, which is wonderful. But let's get into the nitty-gritty about the qualifications you offer. I know you can have an entire prospectus for us, but if you want to just highlight some of the top qualifications that you offer in terms of popularity, I'd love to hear.
Okay, so I think the most popular ones that we have are law and teacher education. I always make a joke and say they're like the professions that were even popular way back when I went to university, like when dinosaurs ruled the earth. So
Oh, come on.
it is those same which lead, but I'm also very proud to say we leading the way in terms of IT qualifications and making sure people get the information technology they need to sort of future-proof their career in a world where AI is increasingly part of how we work and how we navigate the workplace.
Yes.
That is something that we're including in our curriculum across all 10 academic schools. And then, of course, for employed individuals who are looking for distance learning, we do the BComs, we do the BBAs, we do a whole variety of programs that will empower them to be able to take that next step in their career.
And learning is changing fast. I know that after 2020, people wanted to do a bit more distance learning, contact learning as well. Are those the offerings that Stadio has?
Absolutely. So we do both distance learning and contact learning.
Love it.
Contact learning campuses, of course, going to give you that nurturing environment, that
Yes.
support. Also, you know, I have to say a lot of the learning happens outside the classroom where they peer learning, it's the interactions with each other, that interfaculty relationship that you build at uni.
Yes.
But for distance learners, for me, I think my heart is with them a little bit
Yeah.
more because I understand the trepidation you feel as an employed adult trying to get back into education, and now all of a sudden everything's online and you have to log in and submit electronically and all the rest. So I think distance learning takes incredible courage to jump in
Yes.
after being out for a while. So we really want to support them and give them the best experience.
And you are already, because I'm hearing all these pillars of your organization. I'm hearing the sharing. I'm hearing about the dynamics that you are catering for with regard to the way people learn, which is wonderful. I'm hearing the offering of qualifications. What is the view of Stadio in terms of the future of education? You've been doing this for 5 years. You've been growing. It's been fantastic. But what is the dream? I always love hearing a dream of an organization going forward. And what's Stadio's dream?
So when we started off Stadio, we said that we want to widen access for more qualifying South Africans. And I think the next step in that dream and what we've been working with now is aligning with the world of work. So not only are we giving you a quality, affordable qualification in a mode that suits what you need in your life, but also to make sure it's aligned with the world of work. So it's not just you studying something, but it's reflective of what is happening in the world of work. What do they want from graduates? What do they want to see? What are the graduate attributes they're looking for? And then also for us, it's very important that our graduates are also digitally literate.
Yes.
We want to make sure that they're not disadvantaged in any way in the workplace of the future, that they have that AI insight. So we incorporate AI into our curriculums, assignments. We've tried to be innovative in the platforms that will give them those 21st century skills that they need, to the point where we're doing digital micro-credentials within our qualifications that will allow them to be able to show competency in those fields to potential employers. So it's about making sure our graduates are not only getting the best educational experience, but that degree, that higher certificate, that diploma, that master's, whatever it may be, serves them well in the world in general.
I told you, you go down to the basics. You have a purpose to Stadio, and I love that, hearing that. And I think now that you have tantalized the taste buds so well and you've put yourself on the radar to anybody who's been looking at higher education, are applications open? How do we get involved? How do we find out more? How do we grab the prospectus? I need to know more about that.
Please, everything's on our website. It's www.stadio.ac.za. You can apply online right now and get your acceptance letter within 24 hours.
Love.
Application is absolutely free, so please explore the website. You'll see all our contact details on there. If you just click on contact me, someone will jump on and get a hold of you, or I hope they will.
They will. They will.
And then, yeah, so it's just one website, it's easy peasy, and you can apply and access the whole world of Stadio.
Love it. Tanisha, thank you so much for joining us. And honestly, thank you for having such a beautiful soul in an organization and sharing that with us as well, because I can feel it from you and it's really authentic. Thank you.
Thanks. It's always an honor to talk about education. It's the great passion of my life. So glad to be with you again.
Love it. And we love sharing education as well, because this year we are turning the tables of bringing higher education to you with ease. Now, to make it even sweeter, you stand a chance to win a bursary. Yes, a bursary is possible, valued at 120,000 Rand. Here's how you win.
Ready to unlock your potential? Stadio Higher Education can help you succeed with flexible and affordable learning options, offering world-class qualifications in fields like teaching, commerce, and law, both via distance learning and on campus. Join over 50,000 students working for a brighter future. Plus, stand a chance to win a one-year tuition bursary of up to 120,000 Rand. Scan the QR code or visit winnerday.co.za to enter. Competition closes the 31st January. T's and C's apply.
Oh, I love everything happening right on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And speaking of unlocking potential, let's do that in the kitchen right now, because I think a lot of us are looking for, let's call it the ultimate comfort food, right? I think something that's both savory and indulgent. Now I'm piquing your interest right now. So this sandwich is just what you need. We're talking about something with crispy bacon, sauteed mushroom, and a generous helping of cheddar cheese. It's a sandwich that packs flavor. It's a punch of the good stuff, and it's going to leave your taste buds begging for more. Carlitos is going to bring it into the forefront of existence with absolute ease and some flair. Yes?
You know what you just did? I don't think people, understand.
What?
That you've given the dictionary definition of dike with all of those descriptions of what we're actually making. Just say, yeah, it's happening today. Okay? It is happening. We are making something that is going to be special. So
who can say no to this, man?
We can't.
Yeah.
We can't. Okay.
I'm going to saute the mushrooms because obviously you heard that's happening. Carl obviously woke up super early and already worked out the bacon, and he did the onions. So I'm going to say thank you so much
You're
for
most
that.
welcome.
I'm going to prep this up in the meantime, though. So I've got some garlic, some thyme, and then some mushrooms, which are going to be sauteed in there.
Always have time for you.
Always got time. And again, Carl, these flavors are just coming through. So while I'm busy with the sauteing, you can just pretty much make sure that you do this correctly, Carl.
Yes.
You've got the buttering on the outside, right?
Yeah, buttering outside
That's the
and
outside,
the inside.
yes.
Yeah, this is the outside first.
Not the inside, though, bro.
You're not going to do inside today.
What we're going to do with the inside?
What do you want to do with the inside, bro?
Some cream cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we're just shifting it up a little bit. We're going to do the cream cheese insides. You can stack it with the rest of the onions. We've got the bacon. We've got the cheese over there as well. But add the finesse. Don't forget the finesse.
The finesse is always there, especially when we're creating something that sounds so good.
It does. And I challenge everybody out there to try your best to say no to a meal like this. Yeah, to say no. I don't think anyone will be able to.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
For extra.
Yeah?
I'm going to do both sides of cream cheese.
Stop it, I like
I'm going
it.
to house our ingredients in cream cheese.
Nice.
Because then that way, our caloric intake is just enough for us to run 8 marathons.
Speaking my language, maybe this is the kind of thing that can get us through something like a dead dozen.
I think that's going to happen.
You know what I mean?
I think that is definitely
Now
going to
we're
happen.
talking fueling for purpose.
Yes.
And again, when we talk about purpose, there are some good macros in this one. We've got some protein coming from the bacon, of course. We've got good carbs. We've got the bread. Some good fats coming through. So all the...
I like how you justified this as a healthy meal. You know what I mean?
You got to give a reason.
Got some protein and good fats in the cheese, right?
Yes,
That's
good
fine.
fats and cheese, yes.
I love that. Thank you.
Nice, man.
No, I love how you did that.
I think that everything has a purpose.
Yes.
And I'm going to say this on live TV, bro. Even sugar has its place. I know I'm going to get cursed for that.
If you want to replenish glycogen stores,
Bro, exactly.
that's a very fast hack to do it, right?
Literally,
so
yeah.
I think that's where it comes from.
Right.
And
So,
that's looking good. Those mushrooms are looking fantastic.
no, man. And again, I wish I could just talk about the smell coming through you right now.
Smells so
We
good,
have
man.
nailed this. One time we have come through and done some mushrooms in a saute that you could not understand unless you saw it on live TV, which is happening right now. So, Paul, you're just doing the last bit of those beautifully caramelized onions.
Caramelized onions, which are just really need to spread out nicely, so every bite gets something.
Yeah. Then I'm going to need to come through here and bring my mushrooms into
I want you to place it on top there because I'm going to get those mushrooms right on top of that. Because once you do that, I want to house that in the cheddar. Because the thing is,
that's naughty. Yeah.
for my sandwiches, especially if I'm going to do it, let's just say on a pan. Okay, I call them a panwich. What I do is I want to get the cheese closest to the heat. And how do you do that? By putting the cheese on the outside, like the cream and the cream cheese is. So it properly melts. That's what I'm looking for.
You kind of are like when you're making something like this, you turn into Peter.
Do I?
Pan.
Do I?
Yeah.
Peter Pan is the best thing. And I'm just saying, you and I, we're a couple of lost boys, just willing to have a go at this, and that's it.
All right, so let's turn this beautiful sandwich
I'm
into
sorry,
something
brother.
as beautiful
I don't
as...
think you said that there's health in everything.
Yes.
You said
Bring the good fats. Keep
the good fats
coming.
Okay. That's the
I
good
like the fact that the best thing about this,
Yes.
if you want to know if you've gotten it correct, is the fact that the sandwiches don't touch. The bread must not touch. There has to be lots of space in between filled with good stuff. And I think we have nailed the brief. Carlitos, you can bring that straight back into the pan.
There you go.
Boom, boom, boom.
Go, brother.
Let
Go, go,
it
go.
We're
There
going
we
to roasty toasty this in the pan right now. And like I said, we're going to turn this thing into something more beautiful than Peter Pan's Tinkerbell. That's what's happening right now. Carlitos, what do you think? Something that would be worthy of a breakfast or a lunch or a supper for you?
It's not often that I want to book something that I make. But it is one thing that we've made on this show today. Because I know that there's a lot of salivation happening around. Especially, yeah, exactly. What lots of it. Whenever does a director say they also want? Okay, I tell you what. We have a couple of loaves of bread. Raul and I will continue making this. We've got a recipe for you on expressoshow.com, but please customize the way you see fit. This is supposed to be something that we are enjoying.
Absolutely.
Okay. And the great thing is about this is that you said it's healthy.
Yes. You're gonna put me in a box.
I did.
Fun. But what we need to try to do though, and really what is important is
Yes.
we gotta try and figure out how we're gonna send this to Joburg. Zanele
We have
is
to.
dying for some of this. Let me see if I've got some crispiness.
Yes, you do.
This deserves a young shimmy. That's what's up. Expressoshow.com, baby.
All right.
Zanele, what do you think of this? It's a masterpiece.
It's so good.
You know what, guys, I won't lie. You two in the kitchen makes me nervous, even more nervous than me being in the kitchen. But yeah, gents, I'm proud of you, all right?
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Listen, Zansi, while the gents continue cooking up a storm, here in Johannesburg, there's going to be so much going down in terms of what Absa's cooking up. It is your chance to score big with the Absa T20 partnership of a lifetime. And you're going to be hearing about how you can do exactly that. And then we're going to be getting blown away by the gorgeous Charlize Berg. She is going to be belting out notes that are going to allow your day to start off on the perfect note indeed. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back after this.
Yes, welcome back. It's your feel-good breakfast show, opening up right here on S3 and opening you up to incredible conversation, incredible moments, and a lot of magic. And we're going to carry on with that right now, but it's 1 minute past the hour, and we're going to start off with national duties first. Now, 2 suspects, aged 29 and 37, have been arrested in connection with the burning of 51 Putco buses in Mpumalanga. Now, one was allegedly found with a phone belonging to a security guard attacked during Monday night's arson in Nkangala. Now, police also recovered a 9mm pistol magazine, and armed individuals in 3 vehicles set fire to buses, destroying 16 in Moloto and 35 in Siabuswa. Now, a security guard was shot and another was assaulted. Now, police praised the swift arrests of the masked attackers. Now, sticking to national headlines, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, Mamaloko Kubai, has announced that a list of convicted sexual offenders and GBV perpetrators will be made public by the end of February. Now, speaking at the Kgalema Motlantle Foundation's 365 Days Against GBV awareness campaign, which took place in Soweto, she emphasized the need for stronger legislation to ensure justice. Now, nearly 2 months into her role, Kubai aims to curb femicide and empower parents with information. Now, this move is part of ongoing efforts to combat gender-based violence. Now we move over to international headlines, and at least 30 people have been killed in a crash at Kumbh Mela, now the world's largest Hindu religious gathering in northern India, and this being said by officials. Now, the incident occurred yesterday when pilgrims in the riverbanks in the Prayagraj were trampled while rushing to take part in a sacred bathing ritual. Now, another 90 people were also injured, many requiring hospital treatment. And officials had predicted that up to 100 million people would be attending the bathing day. Now, the casualty figures took hours to confirm, prompting opposition leaders to accuse authorities of lacking transparency. Now, next up, Democratic Republic of Congo's President Felix Tshisekedi is not participating in regionally brokered talks aimed at ending the rebel assault on Goma. And this being said by the state media reports. Now, Kenyan President William Ruto invited Tshisekedi and Rwanda's Paul Kagame to a virtual summit. Now, Rwanda is accused of supporting the M23 rebel group, which controls much of the city, including the airport. Now, while Kagame agreed with the US on the need for a ceasefire, he did not commit to withdrawing Rwandan troops or M23 rebels from Goma. Now, lastly, in our headlines for this hour, in a heartwarming twist, a sweet Shih Tzu named Rex found a new home at the Leaping Wolf pub in Wolverhampton, England, after his owner's fatal car accident. Now, the 2-year-old pup made a surprise entrance during a busy football match, dashing into the pub and startling regulars. Now, the manager, Dan Morris, took Rex to the vet, where he learned the sad news. Now, since then, Rex has become a beloved fixture at the pub, enjoying treats, roast dinners, and all the attention he can get. Now, with his sharp instincts, he's even acting as the pub's bouncer, sniffing out troublemakers. Now, Rex has truly found his happy place, but Dan says that he now needs a girlfriend. Well, we'll be on the lookout and hopefully find in the rest of the headlines, perhaps. Here's Kalitos with the latest.
I never thought I'd say this on live TV, but last night I was watching Brest up against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Real Madrid were successful, but of course in other fixtures, Manchester City staged a comeback against Club Brugge to secure a Champions League knockout spot, joined by Paris Saint-Germain as well as Arsenal in the last 16. Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, Lille and Aston Villa also clinched top 8 finishes, skipping the new playoff round alongside Liverpool and Barcelona. Now in cricket, what an exciting encounter. My Cape Town, they cruised to a dominant 10-wicket bonus point win over Sunrisers Eastern Cape in the SA20 at World Sports Betting Newlands. Corbin Bosch shone with 4 for 19, skittling the visitors for just 107. And then it was over to Ryan Rickleton and Rassie van der Dussen. They smashed an unbeaten 110 in 11 overs. And the victory secures My Cape Town's spot in qualifier number 1. Let's stay with cricket. Steve Smith became the 15th batsman and 4th Australian to reach 10,000 test runs, achieving the milestone with a single off his first ball against Sri Lanka in Gale. Now, the 35-year-old joins Ricky Ponting, Alan Border and Steve Waugh in the elite club. Leading Australia in Pat Cummins' absence, Smith boasts an average above 55 with 35 centuries since his 2010 debut. And onto motorsport. Lewis Hamilton crashed a 2023 Ferrari F1 car during a private test at Barcelona's Circuit de Catalunya, but escaped unhurt. The 7-time world champion, still adjusting after leaving Mercedes, lost control and hit the barriers, damaging the suspension and bodywork. His session with teammate Charles Leclerc was cut short as Ferrari assessed the damage. The test, conducted under regulations allowing limited mileage in older cars, followed Hamilton's first run with Ferrari at Fiorano. That was just last week. And that's it for your sporting action for now. Another update in 1 hour, but let's take a first look at your roads. Here's Zanele.
Things are looking a little bit chaotic on the roads this morning, but don't you worry. As your Expresso family, we're here to guide you through. Let's start off in KZN, Durban. There's been an accident on the N2 southbound before Umgeni Road interchange. The right lane is obstructed and therefore is causing delays. Pass through the affected area with caution, please, won't you? Then over in Gauteng, Randburg, heavy delays are being experienced on the N1 northbound as a result of congestion between Malibongwe Drive and 14th Avenue. Do allow for some added travel time because it does seem like things are a little bit slow on that side. However, we'll keep you up to date with everything else that's happening. But for now, let's check out what's happening with your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms in parts of KZN and Mpumalanga, with damaging winds, hail and heavy downpours expected. Localized flooding and infrastructure damage are possible as well. The rest of the country, though, will experience warm to very hot conditions, and with temperatures reaching the mid-30s. There's also no fire warnings for today, so at least that's something to smile about. Meanwhile, the Weather Service's ICT systems, which were compromised in a criminal security breach on Sunday, remain down, affecting aviation, marine services, emails, as well as the website. We'll keep you up to date with that as well. But for now, we want to know what's happening with that sunrise view of yours. This morning, it is a huge shout out to Anthea from Ziekhoevlei, which is a 22°C place today. And honestly, Anthea, my darling, you have done the most. This picture here reminds me of Pocahontas. I don't know why. I think it's just because of the sky and the clouds and the tree. It's giving storybook vibes. And I think you are in your photography bag for real. And this is why, Mzansi, you got to get a little bit of inspiration from this, because we want to see your sunrise view of the hour on WhatsApp. It's 063-408-8863. Send it through and we'll show the rest of the country. Right now, though, let's jump on into those temperatures so you know how to dress for the day.
Temperatures done and dusted, you know what to wear today, but now what type of spirit you need to carry? I think the spirit of luck would be good, because your Thursday could turn into a big payday when you play Daily Lotto for a guaranteed 600,000 Rand jackpot. So what are you waiting for? Just buy your tickets. You can walk into a store as you may, greet the individual, grab a ticket. Lovely. Nationallottery.co.za, that's an option. Mobile app, another option. Cell phone banking, another option. And then there's even USSD if you dial *120 *7529# on your phone. Now, if you want more details, if you want all of the details, just check our social media pages and make sure you panda, pusha, play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 600,000 Rand jackpot today. And you can be celebrating a big payday, so play now.
Yeah, keep playing and keep staying involved right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because there's still so much to look forward to indeed. Now, we've got the Absa T20 and then some great opportunities for you to cash in something exceptional. So you want to pay attention to that. Don't go anywhere. And then we've got Charlize Berg also coming through. She's going to be performing with Tate, and we cannot wait to hear her just do the absolute most. She's standing up in Jozi, ready to serve us Mzansi, and I cannot wait. So you don't need to go anywhere. The magic continues straight after this.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And you know what we love? We love absolutely amazing opportunities to show you what dynamic partnerships can do, including Absa's partnership with the Betway SA20 Cricket League. They have electrified fans across South Africa, offering unforgettable experiences like the Absa Card Play of the Day with exclusive prizes, fast-track access, ticket discounts. They have it all. Absa is enhancing the fan journey while celebrating cricket's unifying spirit. And joining us to chat about this is Tsipi Alexander, an executive at Absa Everyday Banking. Welcome. I'm assuming that you were at a match yesterday.
Yes,
I'm
I was.
just asking for a friend, right? How incredible was that encounter at Newlands? It was amazing,
Yeah, no,
right?
yeah.
It was quick, though.
Yeah, very, very quick, very quick.
It was really quick. But Tsipi, just welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And it's nice to hear about partnerships and how they are, you know, leveraging the best parts of different entities like Absa and, of course, the Betway SA20. So let me talk about the most amazing tournament meets the most amazing bank. I need to know about how this iconic partnership came to be and why it is a good choice for you.
Thank you. So yeah, when we had the opportunity to participate, we really, you know, grabbed it with both hands. It's an opportunity to engage with our customers. If you think of Absa, you know, we're a bank that's, you know, all over South Africa.
Yes.
And the fact that, you know, all 35 of these matches across 6 cities, you know, really gives an opportunity to engage with our customers.
Yeah.
You spoke about, you know, yesterday's match, really, really exciting. You know, the vibe was absolutely amazing. Families,
Yeah.
you know, people from, you know, across, you know, our communities. And that's really at the center of why Absa, you know, participates. It's really to get close to our customers, but I think also to support as a force for good cricket, which is really, you know, a unifying sport in our country. You know, that everyone rallies around. So when we had that opportunity to participate, we took it with both hands, like I said.
And that's good. It's always good to take things with both hands. That's what, you know, certain teams did just yesterday. Not that I'm going to show any bias toward any specific team. I do live in Cape Town. Anyway, let's talk about how Absa clients will benefit from this T20 partnership. It's fascinating. I want to know how, let's just say, how Absa rewards their fans.
Yeah, thank you. So there's lots on for our customers, you know. Once again, it was good to see the lines of customers, you know, coming through to register, you know, to play, etc.
Yes.
There's some great prizes. So far, you know, we've given well over 700,000. We've given over 1 million rands back to customers.
What?
So it's 100,000 up to 100,000, you know, per customer.
Yes.
It's been great to actually hear the feedback from customers, you know, in this month of, what's it called, January.
What's
you
that?
know, where...
Oh, they call this a month? It's been a year. Okay. You know how it goes.
Yep, know how it goes. But it's been great, you know, customers giving us feedback. They were able to pay off, you know, university school fees, you know, and that type of thing. It was really, really great to see that. On top of that, we're also giving, you know, our customers access to, you know, sort of like a VIP experience, right? So especially at the playoffs, there's dedicated, you know, lanes for Absa card holders, you know, that they can access, you know, drinks and food, etc. You know, you've got your lines there reserved for Absa customers as well. We have 25% discounted tickets as well for Absa customers for the playoffs. And then for the final, we've got Park and Ride and Johannesburg Wanderers Stadium between that and Melrose Arch. So we're doing a lot and really rolling out the red carpet for our customers from that perspective.
You are doing that. And you're making the experience a lot more accessible and just a lot more fun for everybody that wants to get to these explosive games. But let's talk about some of the activations. I know that you are a creative you know, unit of individuals at Absa. So what are some of the activations that Absa card holders can enjoy?
No. So in terms of activations, we have our stations, you know, that are there. Our staff, you know, from across each of the regions are really excited. It's an opportunity to meet, you know, customers who, for example, want to participate in Don't Bank with Absa can quickly sign up, you know, also for an account.
Yes.
So the activations, you know, we also give quite a few freebies to customers. Good to see, you know, the bright red you know, in the stadiums and
love a
really
freebie.
just engage, you know. So
Yes.
so it's been great, you know, from that perspective to see the excitement and the energy from our customers and the fans overall.
The energy has been so good, and I think that's the thing is what Absa creates as an energetic bank in South Africa. The connection with SA20 has just been a beautiful partnership, and you can see it all over with the performances. It's been really fantastic. But of course, in terms of Absa cards, I mean, there are certain benefits that you would qualify for if you do grab yourself one of these Absa cards if you are at a game, because you're making it so easy for us to be part of the Absa family. So let's talk. I mean, you had so many benefits that you've mentioned already, but some of the other benefits, you know, maybe there's somebody who's in two minds, sitting on the couch right now, and they're like, ugh, shall I go for Absa? Let's talk about those benefits for a second. Tantalize those taste buds.
Thanks. So yeah, there are many benefits. I mean, I'll speak to one of our products, which is really a flagship product called Ultimate Banking.
Yes.
You know, there are a significant amount of benefits, you know, in that product. You get a free credit card when you take it up as well, so you're not paying, you know, fees from that perspective. So really competitive, and the focus there is to bring value to customers.
Yes.
We do give free rewards as well that I spoke to. We actually quite proud. We've created what we call, you know, a rewards millionaire. So somebody who actually got paid back over a period of time, R1 million worth of rewards just for spending, you know, and using, you know, the card. But outside of that, it gives multiple benefits as well in terms of insurance. You know, a free savings pocket. You know, I said as a force for good, we also want to ensure that we drive a savings culture. So great interest rates when you save, and really just a, you know, a all-inclusive, great product from that perspective. So, you know, those are just, you know, some of the benefits. I could go on all day.
I know you could go on all day. I mean, don't let me talk about going to the movies with an Absa card. I mean, come on now. That's amazing. But, Tsipi, congratulations on what is a fantastic partnership. I know through the course of the Betway SA20, we'll see more and more from Absa, more activations, more power, and more awards. So congratulations to you and your team. And thank you for showcasing the energy that we see in the SA20, but really doing that every single day for all of your clients.
Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity today.
Anytime. Tsipi Alexander from Absa, and this partnership goes beyond celebrating the excitement of cricket. It's about rewarding Absa customers with exclusive experiences that elevate their game day journey. SA20 fans, head on over to absa.co.za for more details on how to join in on the action.
Yeah, if you were listening to Carlitos, he's asked us to join in on the action, and we're going to do exactly that. We want you to join in on our conversation this morning because we asked you about pumping out your ride. What's one of the dream features you'd add to your car? We asked you to come through with some voice notes. The number was 063-408-8863. Not forgetting the hashtag Expresso Show. Now, I know, Mzansi, you got a lot to talk about over here. I want to go through some of these comments right now. I know Zanele also has something to share, but let's start off with Salene Rosie, who says, good morning, bulletproof windows. Can definitely see you live in South Africa, all right? But no one will say no to that for sure. Love the comment. We got another one from Gary, our family member, who says, I went for a test drive on Monday, not into convertibles, but this electric M4 has 4 exhaust pipes with special speakers that create the iconic engine sound that EVs can't. So I like that. He's talking about the fact that electric vehicles maybe are lacking that roar, but there's some speakers to make up for it. I like that. Mark Gavin says, good morning. Definitely a Liverpool sticker on my back window. Definitely the one that says you'll never walk alone. I see you, Mark Gavin. I like that. We've got some more coming through, but we're going to talk to Zanele about what she would do if she had to pump out her ride. Zanele, what on earth would you add to your vehicle? I'm dying to know.
All right, my Ra, let me tell you. Listen, if I was pumping up my ride, Exhibit showed up here and said, listen, Zanele, man, what can we put in your... I would say, I want a car that can drive me. You know what I mean? So I want to be a passenger princess all the time, 24/7. You must drive me. I don't want another driver. I want the car to drive. You know what I mean? Then I want a cinema in the back. I want to be able to watch all of the movies that JP comes and reviews in my car while the car drives me. Thank you very much. Ra, what's yours, my angel?
Wow. So, Zanelli, it sounds like you basically want a shopping mall that is mobile, that can just take you around the world. That's what it sounds like. I'll jump on that bandwagon and jump in that shopping mall car with you, because that sounds incredible. I don't think there's anything else I would want. I'm trying, though, in the real world to build up a little 4x4 vehicle on my own. So we've got some suspension, we've got the snorkel. I'm hoping to add a tent so I can sleep in this thing and make it like an overlander for like ever. So that's my goal. I love the shopping mall version though that you brought through, but I want to know for more crazy things that you'd like to add to your vehicle. What is it, Mzansi? Let us know and make it crazy. And there's a reason why, because we're bringing in something ultra cool right here in the studio in just a bit, but you're gonna have to stick around for that. For now though, Zanele, what's happening for the rest of our Feel Good Breakfast show?
Oh, man, I love it when we get to just jump into our imagination and just dream. And this is what is always a dream, getting to hang out with you 6 to 9 a.m. Monday to Friday, Expresso family. Right now, as we get ready for the rest of the show, we need to 100% put our trust in Grant Hines, because we are going to be seeing the brand new Suzuki Swift through his eyes. And you know we can always trust him to bring us the greatest and grandest features when it comes to our favorite cars, particularly with Suzuki. So do not go anywhere. That's going to be happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And then, you know, us and the food, we are one. And we're still going to be continuing with delicious recipes such as the Fajita styled chicken sandwich. We already know now that chicken sandwiches, they are the one. But then Fajita styled, oh, darling, you're going to want to get into this and even get the recipe for yourself. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, all of that and a whole lot more right here on Expresso. Stick around.
Win a Toyota Corolla Cross 1.8 XS Hybrid with Plascon's 2025 Hybridity Color Forecast Competition. Spend 500 Rand or more on any Plascon products. WhatsApp your receipt name and ID to this number. T's and C's apply.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Oh, yes, it's done. Welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast show, and the hype is about to deliver. Because today we're putting the pedal to the metal with the new Suzuki Swift. Now, it's a car that's fun, it's stylish, and it's packed with absolute personality. And joining us is motoring and tech guru Grant Hines. The only question is, where on earth is Grant Hines? Just like that. Couldn't be more stylish, bro. I love it. Oh, you're the only fella that can rock up on live TV looking this cool. Nicely done, man. I love your ride. What?
Thanks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's happening, bro? How you doing?
Good.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't even know where to begin, man. This is the new Suzuki Swift. I'm assuming this is the one everybody's been raving about on the streets. Everybody's talking about it.
It is, but obviously this paintwork is not what you get. This is a custom job.
This
right?
is so cool.
Because we love anime, right? We love our video games.
We absolutely do. So talk to me about this. What is going on here with this paint job? Why does it look so cool? And who did this? What?
Well, a graffiti artist did this. It's wrapped and done with this beautiful decal. So obviously, yeah, you won't get it, but it is for us who are fans of the Swifts. And I just really love what Suzuki have done this year and this round with the Swift. They've really elevated this car to a whole nother level. I know Brendan is going to be talking some of the specs with you because they really are spectacular for the price that you get. And there are lots of Swift heads. I know there are a lot of people watching this at home who are, you know, Suzuki heads who know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a culture, especially if you're into Japanese cars. There's a culture around Swift, and yeah, they elevated the game here with this new Swift.
Oh, man. So did you get a chance to actually see this go down while they were actually putting these crazy prints on here?
I did. I saw the artist painting, and it was, you know, it was really cool. You know, one of the things that I really like is that Suzuki is all about fun.
Yeah.
Right? It's about making, like, owning a car, driving a car is the experience of driving a car, and it's the experience of fun that you get. And seeing the graffiti artists like paint on the car and leave a mark just shows how much fun you can have with a car like this and how much they encourage it, you know?
I'm thinking of every kid that has grown up now that's in their late 20s or young 20s or 30s or 40s that's looking at this and going, oh, this is so cool. Those dreams have literally come to life in this thing. I remember when I was actually at the Samola Hill climb last year, being in one of these Swifts, and bro, like, it's such a head turner. You wouldn't believe how competent it is on the road, but also the fact that everybody looks and they can't help but like, oh, wow, yeah. You get such cool reaction from it too.
You do, and also it's just because it's unusual, firstly.
Yeah,
but when you're driving the car, one of the things that people don't know, right? It's a subjective experience when you're sitting in the car, but it feels like you're driving a go-kart. You know, this thing...
That screams fun for me if you're mentioning go-kart.
You know, that's what I mean. It's like this, you feel like you're in a video game on the road, and you just feel like you're just having a lot of fun. And it's so cost-effective. This thing is like, it's 4 liters for 100 Ks. With one of these.
Serious?
Yeah, like it's just so zippy. Somebody was asking me just before the show, it's like, how fast is it? Like, how's it? I was like, dude, this thing puts foot. You must understand. I was surprised. I'm used to driving the sport version, and this isn't the sport version.
Bro, I'm coming from 10 liters for 100 kilometers. This is more than a half.
How much money will you save on petrol? Right?
Like all road trips could now be like twice as long. I could go twice as far. This is so cool, bro. I'm thinking like you know, like that kind of Tron meets the future feel.
Yeah.
Like Blade would be riding something like this, bro. It is so cute. I love this. And I'm thinking of if you were to rock up at an event all dressed up in theme with something like this, oh, you're going to make an absolute statement.
Oh, we should do that.
You should. I think that's definitely going to happen. Well, listen, we're going to talk specs about this in a bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You had a chance to drive it?
Yes, I've had a chance.
What does it feel like for you?
It's incredible. It's like, I highly recommend...
you mentioned go-kart feels.
Yeah, like it feels like you're driving a video game. And like one of the things is that these are really affordable cars for the experience that you get.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend, and I'm just talking as a fan of Suzuki here, just between you and you guys, go test drive one.
Yeah.
Because it's an experience that I can't like relay like over TV to you. Like it is just so much fun.
How do you give them this feeling?
Right? And the moment you get into it, you start understanding why people are so diehard. There are people that take their Swifts on Sunday drives as a group. You know, like
what other
car? Like a breakfast run. What other car, like brand, do you know where people do that? And there's a reason why there's such a cult following around these cars. And if you are into like Japanese sports cars or Japanese design cars, you start to understand why when you get in behind the wheel. And when you see the prices of these cars, they're so much more affordable, and the parts are affordable.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things when Suzuki came into South Africa, it was such a huge concern. People were like, where am I going to get parts from? They're ubiquitous, they're everywhere. And it's so great to see Suzuki just grow in South Africa, and South Africans just like adopt it. They go like, yep, we're behind this. And this
You're
is
right, man. It's become a
fun.
household name. It really has, and it's got that reliability. It's got the cool factor as well. And I think for you even, I look at you as someone that has this like hybrid role in life. You're playing in the tech world, you're playing in all these event spaces as well, but you also got a family, right? You also need some space in it, and it looks like there's definitely that, because when I was driving this, there were 4 of us in the car going up a hill, and it was more than comfortable.
You wouldn't suspect this, but this has got an ISOFIX base, ISOFIX mount, so you can put your car seat for your kid inside. It is like a family car, but also doesn't feel like it. You know, it feels like you've got a little sports car at home. And like I always talk to the Suzuki guys, I'm like, they are the micro machines of cars. You get all these fun cars. Everybody else in the car space is super serious. But high quality cars that just help you express who you are. I'm a very expressive person. I'm a loud personality, and I want a car that can just be a little bit of who I am. That's a little bit louder and a little bit different. And Suzuki have got that, and they are reliable. I don't have to think about it. I'm not a car head in the way that like I know all the different components of the car. And,
but it's giving everything you want.
It's fun.
And more, right?
It's made driving fun for me. You know, when buying a car is always this like headache. It's just like really difficult decision. But like Suzuki, it's not. It's just, you know what? I want something that works, and I want to have fun doing it, and I want to live my life. It becomes a part of your life in a way that like it's supposed to not become everything. It's supposed to complement everything in your life.
And unlock all the magic that awaits.
Right?
Listen, bro, for me, the selling point was the fact that when you rolled up in here and I saw your smile, I was like, yeah, I want that feeling right there, man. So listen, I'm going to let you get back in your whip and be as cool as you can on live TV. And I'm going to remind you, Mzansi, that you need to visit your nearest Suzuki dealership, book a test drive like Grant has advised you, and experience the joy and the feelings of just being iconic. And I mean, look at this man's face. That's how iconic looks, and that could be your face too. But don't worry, we're going to dive into more of the specs of this beast in just a bit. So Mzansi, don't go anywhere. You too cool, man. Nice.
The drive, the passion. To steer his path to destiny. It's a Swift.
Honestly, a vehicle like that will spice up your life, but now you need to have the lunchtime to complement that, and I have it for you. We got bold, we got flavorful, and that is just the chef, but also the recipe. The Sunbake Vitalife bread range makes it easy to craft meals that keep you feeling full and energized, and also satisfying your taste buds. Very important. Now today, we're whipping up a Fajita-style chicken sandwich, bursting with smoky, zesty goodness. Chef Dre is alongside me. Now, you know Chef Dre. This person is multifaceted, and also, in my humble opinion, I'm going to say the model of the kitchen, just alongside me to showcase the way. Chef Dre.
Hi.
Come stand a bit closer. You see, this is why we are the perfect chef combination. This is how we operate. But fajita-style sandwiches, right? We need to make it as Mexicanos. You know, we almost have to have an accent when we do this, Chef Dre. It's okay.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm bad at accents.
No, don't worry about it. But let's start off with, obviously, this is fajita. It's chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken can't just be chicken, 2 chicken breasts, and we're going to leave it at that. We have to give it
100%.
flavor,
Yes.
power. How are we going to do that?
Okay, so we're going to start by marinating our meat. So we just put in our oil.
Lovely.
And I think this is onion powder.
That's it. There we go. You got a spoon there, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm seeing that's onion powder and garlic powder. Because that's always my combination. Actually, when I'm actually having some braais, I think it's always very cool to add that. I think it's just a nice way having it powdered coats the entire entire chicken. So you threw in paprika there as well. I see you going in the salt and pepper, and then some chili powder there too.
Yes.
Oh, I love the spice. We see it's a Mexican thing, so we see very important for us to do a little bit of spicy. Sorry, I just changed. It just happened. So while you do that, we'll also, a little later, we're going to add something special, which is kickstarting our day with a Sunbake Vitalife bread. It's a low GI brown bread. Now, when I say low GI, it's low glycemic index. It means that no spikes of the glucose. It's got a nice curve for you so the energy stays sustainable for longer. Also high in fiber, very good for the body and digestion, low in fat, and it helping you stay energized for longer. You don't want someone to spike, you know, your energy too quickly. You're going to have dips in your day. Low GI is the way, and Vitalife from Sunbake is the way. Now, available in both. We got bread, and that's seeded, a seeded roll as well, which I'll show you later, which is actually delicious. The Vitalife range is perfect for every occasion, and whether it's maybe a hearty sandwich or maybe a lunchbox treat or just a chat amongst friends, a quick snack, a picnic item, come on. That's easy. And what you're doing there is I'm seeing some capsicum go into that thing over there. Cool.
So I like doing it at the same time because you just save on time. And the spices from the chicken are going to go into the peppers, so you got time. Yeah.
That's a hack. Did you just hear that? I hope you know that you can throw those in while the chicken... And you know what? Even better, what's going to happen is while the chicken caramelizes, the chicken is going to flavor all of the veg, and the veg is going to create flavor to the chicken.
Yeah.
So this is just a beautiful synergy in the pan that you are going to do. So I'm excited about the ingredients in this, but of course constructing it with our Vitalife bread, that's going to be the main thing. I made a sandwich earlier, and I'm looking forward to making more sandwiches today. And remember, this particular bread, you can toast it, you can layer it, you can enjoy it plain if you want to. Vitalife bread, it's the ideal base for any topping. Obviously, we're going a little exotic today, but you can even go sweet if you want to for a unique taste experience. We're talking bread puddings if you want to. But we are going to construct this fajita-styled chicken sandwich.
Yes.
So obviously, once you're done with that, that's going to have its time.
Yeah.
It's going to cook through. And let's just say we fast forward the recipe, Chef Dre.
Yes.
On this bread board over here.
Oh, we need to toast our bread.
We have to toast our bread,
Yes.
don't we? All right. So we do have another pan for that.
Yes, we
Look at us. The magic of TV. I love my job. Right.
Okay, so we just butter our bread. Do you want to do that?
Yes, I'd love to. Yes, I was going to ask you if I can help you out.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
can
all
butter
right?
the bread and I'll keep an eye on this.
Thank you. Thank
If
you.
you don't want to overcook your vegetables, you want them to serve a bit of a bite to them.
That's true. A lot of people overcook the vegetables. They kind of forget about it. And then next thing you know, you're not really enjoying the bite and the vitality. And as you can hear with Vitalife, you want to get the vitality all the way through. So let's butter this, and we're going to butter on both sides, right?
You can if you want.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Because that's like my style of buttering both sides. I love that. It's my favorite. And my favorite thing also is that, you know, when the temperature's a bit lower, how the butter just does its thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Especially when you're spreading the butter over bread as well. I want to make sure that so sometimes I just work with it.
If it's a bit tough, we can put the butter into the pan and it melts, and then we put the bread.
You know what? Let's do that.
Yeah.
See, that's the best idea ever. Okay, so instead of doing that, I'm going to go straight in, and we're going to open that. I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to have the butter alongside. I think that is the coolest idea to get it going. There we go. You know what?
You want to try this?
Of course I will. You know what? This is a team effort. So you go on that side, and I will switch this on over here, which is quite simple. There we go. And I'm going to use that pan over there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Thank you so much. See? Love it. And once we're done there, how are we going to cut our chicken? When the chicken is done,
yes,
we have it over here. This is the final product of the chicken.
Yes.
So what type of slicing are we going to do there? Or are we going to leave it just like that?
We just need a knife to cut the chicken.
Okay, great stuff. We can do that. Oh, yes, I know my drawers so well. Just, by my track record, you know how well I know my drawers. I do. I know them so well. Let's get a knife. Nope, not that one. That's just...
That should work.
There we go. Perfect. Got a knife. Sorry, that's not the knife. I apologize. Give me a moment. Chef Dre, talk amongst yourselves. Let me just get the knife here. Yes, yeah.
All right.
Talk.
So our
Thank you.
vegetables are done. So I'm going to put them on the side in one of these bowls.
You just talk. Continue talking, Chef Dre. I'm finding a knife.
Okay, I'm trying to find something to say.
Guess what?
Did you find it?
I've got a variety now. Oh, these are cool knives.
Like a really short one.
Woof. Hello. Guess what I found? Found a knife. We're ready to go.
Okay,
so
I'm
shall
gonna
we
put
slice
this on
it?
the side. Yes.
It's great.
So just slice it at an angle.
You want just like an angle like this?
Yeah.
Because I've got a variety of I can do a lengthwise slice, which would be probably against it, or I can do a slice this way. Which way?
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very much like I want to do this, like that type of slice.
Perfect.
And like this.
Yes.
Okay, because that way it's kind of flatter, so it is in the bread. You know what we were talking about a little earlier about we can do this chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was telling you about there's actually a seeded roll that Vitalife Sunbake comes in.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to angle you to this way, where we can pack it with avocado, we can do hummus, we can add all the beautiful vegetables that we've actually sauteed as well, and we don't have to have a protein option, but we can add as much veggies as we want to. I think that is very exciting to have a seeded roll option, and also the bread option too, which is always fun.
Super good.
Great stuff. All right, so once we've toasted the bread, we're going to assemble. We'll do that in the next few moments. Bread's toasting away.
It's still toasting.
Chef Dre, it's always lovely to have you in this kitchen. It really is. You are such a talent, and you can come back anytime. We're going to assemble this a lot like the Avengers would. But do remember, we'll enjoy that a tad later. I'm just making sandwiches for everybody today. Remember, you stand the chance to win one of 5 cash vouchers worth 1,000 rand each. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social media pages and share your favorite summer sandwich idea. And don't forget to add the hashtag SunbakeVitalife. That's VITALIFE. Competition closes 4 Feb. T's and C's on expressoshow.com. Enjoy the fajita. I've started. She got so much. I'll leave it by later. There it goes again. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. I'm feeling all kinds of hungry at the moment. After all of that, I feel like I wish I had my own fajita style chicken sandwich. But you know what? I am crossing fingers for you, Mzansi. Go and enter the beautiful competition. Right about now, I'm hoping that you've got a bit of an appetite for more on the new Suzuki Swift, because we got more to unveil right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And then we've been promising, and we're about to come through on it, the beautiful, amazing Charlize Berg. She is going to be absolutely doing the things that need to be done with her new song, Date. And you got to stick around for it. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, a whole lot more right here on Expresso.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. And man, things are revving up right here in your Feel Good Breakfast Show in the studio, because this morning we are revving up with excitement. And that's because this car is just so stylish, so smart. I want you to say hello once again to the Suzuki Swift, making waves in our studio and on the roads across Mzansi. Now, we've got Suzuki's auto brand marketing manager here. We've got Brendan Carpenter here to just share some more details about this piece of incredible. Brendan, how are we doing?
I'm good, Ryle. How are you?
Yeah, I've missed you, man. Last time I was at Samola, so it's been far too long.
Yes,
I need to get more of my petrol head boxes ticked, and this is doing that already, man. Talk to me about the Suzuki Swift. Talk to me about why it's turning heads on the road, and what's happening with this new model.
Well, for us, it's a very important model, and as you said, the Swift has always been an iconic model, and that's why our hashtag Feel Iconic is part of our communication strategy. And what makes the Swift so unique is the fact that it's such a model that's instantly recognizable. So it doesn't matter at which generation you look at. This is the all-new fourth generation.
Okay.
There's no denying that it's a Swift. And I think that's part of the thing. I think the designers had a really difficult task to improve on each and every generation as they move into the new model. So this model, fourth generation, iconic Swift. What's great is that in this competitive segment, there's only a few models that have a long-standing heritage in terms of its name. So you don't even have to say that it's a Suzuki Swift. You say, you know what, I drive a Swift, and people know exactly what you're talking about.
I see. That's quite smart. That's pretty cool, man. And again, And the fact that, like you're saying, it's fourth generation, this means the fourth opportunity for it to just get better and better and better. But it does have a very remarkable and unique Swift identity. You know it when you see it on the roads, because it's either the fact that you're visually getting like stimulated by it, or you're almost breaking your neck trying to just keep your eyes on it and watch it. Talk to me though about safety, because that's a big concern on our roads, especially with the conversation we have with Grant Hines. This is not just for the youngster, but some families are loving the opportunity to get in a Swift as well. What's the difference, and how's it being set apart from competitors there?
Yeah, for sure. I think what's a very big point for us was to focus on safety in this new model.
Yeah.
So for the first time ever, we've got across the range, a stock standard, you get 6 airbags. And that in that segment
brilliant.
is basically almost unheard of. Together with that, you get ESP, but then also other features that enhance your safety. Things like an LED projector headlight, things like LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights, especially in the GLX model, gives you that peace of mind to know that, you know what, when it's dark outside, you can literally see everywhere when your lights are switched on. You've got the added safety of ESP and 6 airbags, and all of those combine a feature-packed model that doesn't, let's say, add a lot of features for let's say, touchscreen and cruise control and the rest, but also has all the basic safety features that you would expect the vehicle in even segments above this to have.
Yeah, man, that's the kind of stuff I expect on like a big SUV or a big family vehicle. So the fact that you make in that box a massive tick when it comes to safety, but also on our roads, we have so many crazy conditions. I'm thinking of all the different environments that you'd have to drive this in. Ticking the box again, absolutely nailing that. So making us know that we're safe. Let's talk about the look, because come on, the decal, the paintwork on this is just insane. What is it though? Is this a sticker? Has it been sprayed on? And the event itself, I believe, was also incredible too. What happened? Plug me in on that.
100%. I think for us, the brief was simple, is to make a bit of a showpiece during the launch in November last year.
Yep.
It was launched in Stellenbosch, which was also quite a unique place to launch it, because there's students, there's people that obviously stay there, and the most amazing roads to drive. But for this one, we said, you know what, we don't just want to do a wrap. We'll do a complete wrap of the vehicle, but then got a very talented graffiti artist called Justin Nomad.
Okay.
And we told him, have at it and really accentuate the design lines of the Swift. So look at everything every line here basically tells a story, every shade and everything. And for this to be a physical, actual, literally spray painted car, it's quite a unique thing, and took some convincing to do to the powers that be. But at the result, we couldn't be more than happy.
You clearly have a way with words to convince him to do this, but I think after they've seen it, they must be like, wow, absolutely, do some more. You've nailed it. It looks incredible, and you are right. You don't actually realize how many of these beautiful lines are actually within the design of the vehicle until it gets highlighted from this perspective. So kudos to the design, kudos to the fact that fourth generation, and it's still getting so much better, but you haven't deviated from that pure Swift identity. Talk to me though about a lot of people that I think after seeing this are going to want to get their hands on a Swift. I've been chatting to you about my dad wanting to get a new vehicle as well, and I've been recommending the Swift. So what would you say to South Africans out there want to get a piece of the Swift action? What would your advice be?
Well, as a Swift owner since 2008, so
You
I actually
yourself?
started owning a Swift in 2008.
The product, I love it.
Yeah, 100%. So even before working at Suzuki, I've seen that value that is there.
Okay.
So from that point of view, I would say if you're looking at this segment, there's no better value in this price range with regards to safety, features, drivability, fuel efficiency, low running costs, and also a fun to drive Swift. So I would say don't hesitate to take it for a test drive. Visit suzukiauto.co.za to book your test drive and go see it for yourself.
Perfect. Right, Dad, were you listening, right? We're going to book our test drive. We're going to head over to Suzuki and we're going to get you a new vehicle. And I think, Mzansi, you can do exactly that too. Ben, I want to thank you so much. This has been exciting, exhilarating, and I might even want to start a little test drive for myself after seeing this. But I want you, Mzansi, to make sure that you check out the Swift. It's safe to say it's Swift by name and Swift by nature. So here's a reminder, visit your nearest Suzuki dealership, book a test drive, and experience the joy of feeling iconic. Brendan, awesome stuff, man. All right, let's dive off into the sunset now, man.
Let's do it. Let's go.
The drive, the passion, to steer his path to destiny. It's a Swift.
It's my feel-good
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show indeed. And it's only good times. And this morning, it's high time we finally get into the absolutely beautiful Charlize Berg. Everybody, let's get into this brand new track of motivation and inspiration. It's Workdays.
om jouw hart op weer te doen. Kijk hoe verhaald het is om wat er stralen weer vallen op jouw gezicht. Oh, ben ik tegen hier? Jij is moeilijk om te breken. Schreeuw je stof aan je schoenen af. This night om weer te leren, die tijd is nou. Zwart bij de klei weer op zon, zwart bij de klei onder. Wie is er bang voor die stad? En die andere die tijd is nou. Stil geworden, we gaan, wil je wassen, opbouw. Je ziet de grootste kans van, wat je weer die tijd is nou. Jij weet ik doe om een ander te wijs dat jij en als jij vast dan weer op schud af en dans nog een keer die tijd is nu. Zwart bij de klei weer op zon, zwart bij de klei onder. Wie is er bang voor die zon? En jouw dag die tijd is nu. Wil je wassen, opbouw? Want je ziet de grootste kans van, wat je weer die tijd is nu. Hey, 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 Zwart bij de klei weer op staan, zwart bij de klei onder. Wie is er voor die staan? En die andere die tijd is nou. Wil je wassen, opbouw? Je ziet de grootste kans van, wat je weer die tijd is nou.
Okay, incredible is an understatement. Blown away and so grateful to get first-hand experience of that beautiful performance. And I'm hoping there's another that we can look forward to. For now, though, we can look forward to official duties. It's about a minute to the hour. So let's start off with national headlines one last time. Now, police in Northwest have seized drugs worth 37 million rand at a border crossing between South Africa and Botswana. Now, a minibus taxi allegedly from Zambia and bound for Johannesburg was stopped, leading to the arrest of 2 foreign nationals from Zambia and Tanzania. Now, MEC Wessels Morweng expressed concerns over possible collusion with corrupt officials, questioning how the drugs crossed the border undetected. Now, he confirmed discussions with Acting Police Commissioner Major General Asaneng to launch a thorough investigation into the matter. Well, next up, 2 suspects, aged 29 and 37, have been arrested in connection with the burning of 51 Patco buses in Mpumalanga. Now, one was allegedly found with a phone belonging to a security guard attacked during Monday night's arson in Nkangala. Now, police also recovered a 9mm pistol magazine, and armed individuals in 3 vehicles set fire to buses, destroying 16 in Moloto and 35 buses in Siabuswa. Now, a security guard was shot and another was assaulted, and police praised the swift arrests of the masked attackers. Well, we move to international headlines now, and one survivor has been found after a plane crash in South Sudan, which killed 20 oil workers on board. Now, the crash occurred 3 minutes after takeoff near the oil fields in Unity State, heading to the capital of Juba. Now, among the victims were 5 foreign national hospital treatment, and officials had predicted that up to 100 million people would attend the bathing day. Now, the casualties figures took hours to confirm, prompting opposition leaders to accuse authorities of lacking transparency. Now, lastly, in our roundup of the headlines, fans of Bluey, and that's Australia's most iconic family show about a playful blue heeler pup and her adventures with her mum, dad, and little sister Bingo, have absolutely gone bonkers over the newly released Bluey dollar bucks. Now, with only 5,000 minted, demands have skyrocketed. Australia Post sold out in under an hour, and collectors are paying up to $4,000 for a 10-coin set. Now, originally priced at only $30, these coins are so sought after that even criminals have joined the frenzy. Now, while eBay prices soar, there is still hope. Limited edition Bluey coins could turn up in your change. And if you visit Australia and are lucky enough to spot one, hold on to it tight, because the Bluey mania is real. Well, from Bluey mania, we dive into the last round of Sport Mania, and here's Carlitos with the latest.
So if you're wondering why people have tired eyes today, it's because they were watching 18 UEFA Champions League matches last night. But let's get you a couple. Manchester City staged a comeback against Club Brugge to secure a Champions League knockout spot, joined by Paris Saint-Germain as well as Arsenal in the last 16. Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, Lille and Aston Villa also clinched top 8 finishes, skipping the new playoff round alongside Liverpool and Barcelona. Now on to cricket. My Cape Town Cruise to a dominant 10-wicket bonus point win over Sunrisers Eastern Cape in the SA20 at the World Sports Betting Newlands. Corbin Bosch shone with 4 for 19, skittling the visitors for just 107. Ryan Rickleton and Rassie van der Dussen then smashed an unbeaten 110 runs with in just 11 overs. An incredible feat over there. The victory secures My Cape Town's spot in qualifier number 1. Let's stay with cricket. Steve Smith became the 15th batsman and 4th Australian to reach 10,000 test runs, achieving the milestone with a single off his first ball against Sri Lanka in Gale. Now, the 35-year-old joins Ricky Ponting, Alan Border and Steve Waugh in the elite club. Leading Australia in Pat Cummins' absence, Smith boasts an average above 55 with 35 centuries since his debut in 2010. And wrapping with motorsport, Lewis Hamilton crashed a 2023 Ferrari F1 car during a private test at Barcelona's Circuit de Catalunya, but escaped unhurt. Hopefully not a bad omen. Now, the 7-time world champion, still adjusting after leaving Mercedes, lost control and hit the barriers, damaging the suspension and bodywork. His session with teammate Charles Leclerc was cut short as Ferrari assessed the damage. The test, conducted under regulations allowing limited mileage in older cars, followed Hamilton's first run with Ferrari at Fiorano. That was last week. That's it for your sporting action for the morning. I hope you have a good one. Of course, we have all the latest for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show daily, but let's take a last look at those roads. Here's Anele.
As we take that last look, I want to caution you to please make sure that you are being safe out on the roads. It does look like things are a bit hectic. Starting off in Gauteng, Pretoria to be exact, there's been an accident on the N1 southbound before Atterbury Road. Lanes are restricted and delays are expected. Over in Cape Town, Milnerton, there's been traffic building up on the N7 northbound at Bosmansdam. Please make sure that you proceed with caution over there, as well as just using a little bit of patience. But you got to make sure no matter where you're going, Mzansi, that you buckle up and you arrive alive. You know we want you there in one piece. We're going to be letting you in on a whole lot more, but right now, let's get into your weather. The South African Weather Service has released a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms in parts of KZN and in Mpumalanga. There's damaging winds, hail and heavy downpours that can be expected over there. Localized flooding as well as infrastructure damage are also possible, unfortunately. But the rest of the country will experience warm to very hot conditions, with temperatures reaching the mid-30s. There's also no fire warnings for today, so at least that's something to smile about. Meanwhile, the Weather Service's ICT systems, which were compromised on Sunday in a criminal security breach, remain down, affecting aviation, marine services, emails, as well as their website. We will keep you up to date throughout the week in terms of when that will be up again. But for now, let's jump into that sunrise view where, darling, we love to get to see what it is that you are seeing as you wake up. And a very huge shout out today from Umilo in Durban. And this is, for me, such a beautiful sight, because you know what? Sometimes you don't need the sun. Sometimes the clouds can just do enough with the sun shining from behind. And listen, Dave, you have brought Umlilo from Durban, from right there at Umilo. And we thank you. It is your country duty, and we always ask you to come through on 063-408-8863. And thank you, Dave, for giving us a beautiful last sunrise view for the morning. Right now, let's check out what's happening with your temperatures.
Yeah, what's happening? What are you doing, bro?
Smiling the harissa 4 hour.
It's like blowing your.
No, man, I'm
beak
smiling
hole.
the harissa. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have another. Guess what we have? Today I made you a sandwich,
Yes,
right?
I enjoyed
Then
that.
I made you
Another
a sandwich. Guess what we're going to do now?
Don't lie.
We're
Another
making
one.
another sandwich.
Yes. Can't wait for that.
But it's very veggie.
It is looking
good.
good, though, and I think it's something you're going to absolutely love, Mzansi. And you're also going to love the person that comes through to our studios. And we're talking about Josie Studios because it's the good things guy.
Yes.
And you're looking for a good time, you want some good things, then you come to a good place, and that's the right place. That's your feel-good breakfast show. So you don't need to go anywhere further. Maybe you want to get a little coffee or something and go straight back to your TV, and we'll see you after this while this man cools down his meat.
No, this is harissa. See, Carissa's not here.
I should have loved that.
So Carissa's not here, so we replaced it with harissa.
Should have loved that joke as
You're
well.
going to love the recipe, you will. It's coming up.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We're back like Umqola for a short break, or from a short break rather. And my friend, you know what? I think that when we start the year, we always think to ourselves, how can we be better? And at the end of January, sometimes we might be maybe, running a little bit low on that fuel to genuinely have a good year. Well, there is a man who is here to do the job of getting you motivated for the rest of the 11 months that await us. I'm talking about the good things guy, because you got to get into a good things mindset to really set yourself up for success. And this morning, Brent Lindeque, who is a South African journalist, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, there's nothing he can't do. He's joining us to let us know how we can actually get into that mindset for real, but more than anything else, also celebrating his brand new book. Everybody, let's give him a feel-good welcome, please. Brent, how are you, my darling?
What a vibe. I'm back. I was here last year.
Yes.
And I must say, I think it's a lot of the same crew. So obviously everybody watching from at home can't see the amazing energy in this room and the amazing crew that are bringing the show together. So it's just great to be here today.
Brent, you're so amazing. Thank you for saying that, because literally sometimes you can't 100% explain it, but in your words,
I feel it.
that's exactly.
This is a good thing.
Oh, you are a good thing. Brent, let's start from the beginning. For anyone who might be like tuning into Expresso for the first time and is like, who is this good things guy? Even though that might mean they might be living under a rock. Where did this all begin?
So I'll have you know that it started 11 years ago, almost to the day.
That's incredible.
It was on the last day of January, which is tomorrow.
Wow.
I took part in a very silly online trend called neck nominations. The idea was to drink as much as you possibly could, alcohol, and post those videos up online and nominate people to outdo what you had done. What you've done. It was the first real online trend to take a hold of the world before the ALS Bucket Challenge and all those other things.
Yes.
And I decided instead of drinking, I would rather commit a random act of kindness. And I did it without knowing that anything more would come from that. So I thought maybe I'd inspire one or two of my friends to get involved.
Yeah.
But that was the seed that planted, obviously. So I did it. Random Acts of Kindness movement was born.
Yeah.
Millions of people around the world decided to take those neck nominations that they were getting and change it into a RAC nomination, so Random Acts of Kindness.
Oh, wow.
And that's where the seed was planted to start sharing good news, because I'd never been privy to good news before. So I'd never known that there was good news happening. But while my life was changing, people were getting hold of me to tell me their good news stories, and I had to share them.
And you were changing people's lives, which is the even better part for me. And I think you've done so just by releasing the books that you've released. And of course, today we're celebrating that you've got a brand new book out.
Again.
Again. Here we are again.
I feel like, I said this off air, but I feel like I need to keep writing books.
You
so you can keep inviting me back.
You better.
I
Because
better.
honestly, it sends out light into the world. And I think that's why we appreciate you and your page so much.
Thank you.
But let's talk about this. Because I feel like, you always just take these beautiful stories, you put them into a book or you put them out on social media. I know that there's always been a story that you've absolutely loved. I want to ask for the most recent one that's just tugged at your heartstrings.
So it's one that came from last year, and I think it's so incredibly important because it really shines a light on mental health. Over the last decade being in this space, one of my biggest lessons, and I've learned many, one of my biggest lessons is that every single human being is hanging on by a thin thread. We have a lot going on. There's a lot we don't speak about. Some of us wear those beautiful Instagram smiles, but underneath it, there's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of things that we're dealing with. And last year, there was a woman by the name of Natasha who opened up about her story. It took her 4 years to do so. But she posted this story about an Uber driver that saved her life. And the story goes, so she climbed into an Uber. The Uber his name is Bart. He started driving and he said to her, "Ma'am, how are you?" And she said, "I'm fine." And he looked in the rearview mirror and he went,
"You're not fine.
Ma'am, I can see something's not right. How are you?" And Natasha just started crying. She just started crying. He got out the car as a gentleman. He said, can I open the door? Can I give you a hug? He hugged her. In the post that she shared, she said that moment that this stranger showed her some love, it felt like the weight of the world had been lifted off of her shoulders. And it took her 4 years to retell that story. But when she did, she said that those 3 words, "How are you?" and really meaning them, saved her life because she was on her way to go do something quite terrible.
Oh, wow.
And today, Natasha is still here. And why I love this story, because social media is fantastic.
Yes.
It took around 24 hours for Bart to see her post.
Really?
And he put up a TikTok video where he just said every time he passed that section where he picked her up, every single time, he just said a little prayer to hope that she was still okay.
I just got goosebumps because that is so beautiful. Like, and this is why I love social media. It connects us. I mean, the fact that your Nick nomination turned into the RAC nomination and has done what it's done. But this is why I also then need to ask you, because I feel like you've taken good things and you've made it into a whole mentality.
Yes.
Let's talk about how we can actually get into that and why it's so important for our mental health to have the good things guy mentality.
Absolutely. So it's the start of the year. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves. We may have made those New Year's resolutions. It's now the end of January and we're sort of taking stock. Did we, I don't know, go on that diet?
Yes.
Did we get our kilometers in for our walks every day?
No, I didn't.
Did we get enough sun?
No.
I don't know. Like, whatever the New Year's resolutions are, I am going to suggest that we take those resolutions and throw them out the window.
Hectic.
Get rid of them.
Okay.
Instead of resolutions, focus on an intention. So intentions drive us forward without putting so much pressure on us. Right.
Yes.
So we want a diet. Let's change that diet to rather adopting a healthier lifestyle.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, at the end of January, did we make some healthy choices in January? Yes, we did. Tick that box.
I love that.
If your idea is to be a little more successful or to work harder, well, then be that. Be that intention. This year, I'm going to find a work-life balance.
Love that.
So it starts to become something that we can work towards rather than a pressure that we mount onto ourselves.
Beautiful. Going on a journey, if you will.
Absolutely.
Oh, a good things guy journey. That's what I will say. And thank you so much, Brent. I feel like you make the world a better place. And honestly, in terms of this beautiful book, I'm so excited for South Africa. Not just South Africa, actually, because you're an international darling.
The whole world
You know what I mean?
has access to that book.
Exactly.
What's great is it tells 100 good South African stories from last year that can really inspire us, keep us hopeful. But here's the deal. Those stories are also happening every single day on the website.
Oh, my
So you can go find them there.
goodness.
And I need to add one more thing.
Go ahead.
It's not written by me. It's written by a team of incredible journalists who work for Good Things Guy. They are the backbone of this publication.
Yes.
And I'm thankful for them every single day. Their names are on the front of the book. That's it. I'm
I
really
love
excited
it.
about this.
Well, Brent, congratulations yet again. And thank you so much. You know, even the fact that you're saying to me it's stories from last year, the fact that all 100 are just from last year, that just proves to me that there really is kindness and ubuntu still in South Africa.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. It's Brent Lindeque, the guy who absolutely allows us to see the world in a little bit of a brighter way because he shares all of these beautiful stories that come through. And Zanzi, it's you. There would be no stories if it wasn't for your kindness. So thank you so much for that. And this is a beautiful new book that you can go and check out. And honestly and truly, it is something that will put a smile on your face, but also warm your heart. And more than anything else, Brent Lindeque helping us to become good things guys and girls by having the good things mentality. This is what I love about South Africa. We're just so good at everything we do. Listen, Raul, I want to ask you very quickly, are you feeling like a good things guy this morning, hey?
Yeah, I officially am standing behind all good guys and girls out there in Mzansi. Aye, aye, Captain. I love that.
I love it too, my Raul. Raul, what's going on this morning still right here on our Feel Good Breakfast show?
Oh, well, as you heard, we got lots of sandwiches happening and Carlito's bringing
a book.
Oh, were you reading?
Yeah, you know the good things
What book is that?
Yes, a book. It's a bread book. That's what it is. I feel like there should be one page in that Good Things Guy book dedicated to sandwiches.
Yes.
Right?
Officially.
We're going to write it today because we two Good Things Guys are about to do this today, which means instead of, Carissa is not here today.
Yes.
So we replace Carissa
In
with
our honor. What do you mean?
Harissa. And roasted baby marrow sandwich today. A perfect balance of smoky and spicy and creamy. And the best part is really fast. So let's do this very quickly.
Yes.
You've got that skillet. It's already super hot.
Skillet
We've got our baby marrows. We've got our harissa. We've got our bread. We've got a feta that makes everything better. We've got this thing. I call this thing NASA because it's rocket. And then I've got some lime over here. We've got some chopped parsley. It's going to be a fantastic day.
It is. Let's get into it. And in light of Chris not being here, this is in our honor. So I'm going to start off with the baby marrows while I'm at it. I've got some oil over here, which I'm actually going to drench over and create somewhat of a bath. We've got some salt going in there, just a little bit, and then some pepper. And then I'm kind of just going to toss this up a little bit before I put it on the skillet. And kind of, you want to fry these, bro. That's the vibe. You're getting dry vibes without a lot of meat. And that's the South African way. Right.
And they suggest, right, with the marrow as well, if you know you're going to make this sandwich in advance, let it sit in the salt and pepper and the olive oil mixture for as long as it can. Because when you put it on that skillet, it's going to completely change the flavor. You're almost seasoning it through, so let it sit and marinate the zucchinis. And then over here, I'm going to make what is going to be our sauce. So we've got some yogurt over here, all right, which is cool. We've got some yogurt. We pop the yogurt in there. We're going to, and this, when I said quick, I mean quick. Parsley goes in, and then in the absence of harissa, we have harissa. That's it. Thank you.
And listen, bro, you were talking to me about a very cool hack with regards to marrows.
Yes.
And anything that's kind of like in the hard veg world.
Yeah,
what was that about, bro?
I just pop it into the... You can choose to do it. You know, some people say that it's like you're taking the health away by putting it in the microwave.
Yeah.
But I am not offended by putting it into a microwave first, just to kind of soften it a touch.
Yeah.
Because you find when you have a super hot skillet, what's going to happen? You're obviously going to get good grill marks on the outside, but you need it to cook because the bite feel, it's a sandwich.
You don't want it to be like raw and
That's
crunchy.
the thing. You don't want to
Still, yeah, you're
crunch
right.
of the sandwich, so you
You're
don't want
right.
to lose the crunch completely. So I'd say a little hack is to pop it in the microwave. Do it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then it softens it beautifully.
Okay.
And then after that, let it cool down. And then you cut it. Because then that way, at least you've got a little bit more. It's a bit further ahead in terms of the bite and the mouthfeel that you need for a sandwich.
I love that hack, man, because like that hack can work beyond just this recipe. I mean, if you're looking at something like brine, something on a grill, this is what I got caught up in the situation I was talking to you about. Had leeks and broccoli, those are things that go quick. And then I've got carrots. And carrots take a lot longer, so if I'm going to pull the leeks out when they're ready, the carrots aren't going to be done. It's going to be like that awkward crunchiness. Like, it's not actually crunching, but it's not also cooked. And that's just not a vibe. So again, I tried and just like soften it up in the micro a little bit or parboil it. Whoa, it makes such a big difference. And especially when you are on the go, trying to do something quick and fast, it allows you to just literally flash it up and do exactly that. So I love that hack, Carlitos.
Yeah, it's really cool. And also, what I'll do it for, I make zucchini fries as well in the air fryer. And that's another way you can just actually, you're trying to soften the inside, but you want that crispiness on the outside so you get the best mouthfeel. So you can dip the zucchini fries into, if you want an extra protein meal, I love doing cottage cheese replacing mayo.
So
So that's why
as
you
well.
get the take. And so I think that's a great way of just getting a really great product out of the zucchini, especially if you want those grill marks or the charred outside.
These are like official sandwich hacks because this is 3 out of 3 now that we are nailing when it comes to our sandwiches this morning. So I think these are all hacks that you could use in the world of sandwiches. And great hacks at that because, come on, when we are talking about sandwiches, there's so much that you can do. What are you up to there, bro?
Okay, well, the thing is, in terms of yogurt, we did a mixture of harissa with yogurt, we got the parsley, and there was a lime. I want zest. You adding smoke. We're balancing everything. So on my bread here, I would recommend you do ciabatta if you want to, which is fantastic. You can do sourdough. You can do pretty much any bread you want to. But I think that is the place on which you're going to put those zucchinis.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring that over there to you because this pan is hot.
No,
if you'd like to bring the sandwich,
I'm going to bring it over to you, and then what we can do is we can just and you just want to layer them because obviously you want it to look good as an open sandwich before you actually tuck into it, which I really enjoy. And as you can see,
the char lines.
Look at the char. That's what I'm looking for, man.
Look at that, bro.
That's how, and it looks stunning. It does. Very happy. You keep it going over there. I just need some more salt and pepper here.
Grill masters on his duties.
Okay. And then from here, what I'll do is we're going to go into some rocket. And remember the rocket, just make sure you wash your rocket. So that's where you don't get any of those, I'm going to say those earthy surprises, those bites of the sand. And then what I'll do here is I'm going to crumble just to finish and I suppose strengthen a bit more of that Mediterranean vibe, is that I'm going to do some feta on top. And just as an open sandwich, what I'm looking for is this result.
Right. This is like...
I want it to look really good as an open sandwich before you even enjoy. So you want it to actually have that look to it as well.
I don't think you should close this, bro.
I don't.
It's too good to close.
If you want to do it, I can just do a couple more dots of this on top here.
If South Africa's Sloppy Joe met the Mediterranean islands, you'd end up with something just like this.
You're kind of looking at
that.
So that's the finished product, something like that. And you can customize as you go along.
I'm impressed,
Serve
bro.
it with a fresh juice if you want to, some sparkling water, something stronger if you want, but I think that's exactly what you're looking for. Perfect, picnic ready, simple, easy. If you want to get the recipe, expressoshow.com, but customize away. We're always very happy to hear that. Customize a show for you because we are all about giving, and of course we've got a couple of things coming up.
Yeah, we're doing exactly that. It's the month of giving, obviously, with Nelson Mandela Bay around the corner. We're going to invite you to do something special and have that gift of giving be at the forefront of our energy, of the things that we want to do, and it's happening right after this, Mzansi. Something definitely worth looking forward to.
And of course, you know what? If you don't have weekend plans, we've got JP Sebastian for you. We've got some movies releasing tomorrow that you need to go and see, so we'll cover all of those details for you. So we've got your plans ready, we've got the giving and the spirit of generosity ready for you, and your Feel Good Breakfast Show in the next few, so
Look
stay
at
there.
this, bro.
I know, it's so good.
Perfection. Get some of that.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, Expresso family. This morning we are getting into something that is honestly going to warm your heart some more. It's just all about warmth this morning because honestly and truly, what we call 67 blankets for Nelson Mandela Day has been something that has been weaving warmth into communities all across South Africa for over a decade now. And friends, this time around we get to celebrate because they are doing it again, where we get to celebrate by doing it from the 25th of January when they kick things off for the hugest happiness blanket. It is only one thing I need to say is you need to get involved because today we get to hear all about it, but also how, in fact, over the last 11 years, it is that 67 blankets for Nelson Mandela Day has been doing everything and more to allow so many communities to be impacted in the most beautiful way. So this morning, we're joined by somebody who is an advocate for 67 blankets for Nelson Mandela Day. I'm talking about Timothy Malloy, who is someone who has made over 45 blankets himself. And then we have a key representative who is, of course, none other than Annie Robinson Greeley, that is also here, and they are weaving awake, Asana. You can see them, they're doing the things. Everyone, let's give them a feel-good welcome, please. Good morning, you superheroes.
Morning, Zanele.
How are you guys?
Fantastic. Great to be with you.
It's great to be with you guys. You guys look like you're so happy. You're so in your element, making blankets.
We are. Indeed.
Timothy, I'm going to start with you. Because I feel like this is something that you genuinely love. I mean, making over 45 blankets, being involved for so long. What inspired you to get involved as a whole?
Well, before 67 Blankets for Nelson Mandela Day started, I was looking for a way to give back, something to do. And I often felt overwhelmed. I'm like, I'm just one person. What do I do? Where do I start? And so when 67 Blankets started 11 years ago now, it resonated with me because it was all about doing something with your hands, giving of your time, giving of yourself to make something unique, something tangible, something that can keep someone warm for all the winters to come.
Oh, I love that. And the thing about it is that there's so many people who need that in South Africa.
Indeed.
So that's why it's so impactful.
And we take warmth so for granted.
We do.
You go home, you get into your bed, and you're nice and warm. And something like this will stay with someone for many years to come. And to think that one has played a small role in that, it just warms my heart and it just encourages us to keep going.
I love that. And of course, the hugest happiness blanket is something that is happening right now. You kicked it off the 25th of January, and it's going to culminate into this big, beautiful spectacle on the 20th of March at Nelson Mandela University. Andy, let's talk about that a little bit, because I feel like this is such a beautiful vision. But what exactly inspired it, and how is it going to make a difference exactly?
Well, a few years ago, we wanted to do our big Bokke blanket down in Gqeberha, and then COVID arrived. So we did it in Joburg. And so we thought, let's go back there because we haven't had an event down there. And we thought, what can we do this year? And we saw that on the 20th of March is the United Nations International Day of Happiness. So let's make the biggest happiness blanket in the world. So we got on the grounds at Summerstrand campus a big emojis, 440 blankets, a big yellow emoji smiling face. And then around it are all these happy blankets, any color, crocheted or knitted, that people can get involved with and come along and create, the largest happy blanket.
Oh, that's so beautiful, guys. And I can't wait to just see all of it come together. I think it's going to be a spectacle indeed. But Timothy, talk to me about the growth of 67 Blankets for Nelson Mandela Day. You know, what exactly have you seen it do in terms of its impact, and why is it so important?
It is very important to me because, as I said, it's a way for me to be part of something big, something of a collective. There are so many people from all walks of life, young to old, who are working non-stop. Our motto is 67 Blankets never sleeps, because there's always a need. But we have grown in leaps and bounds, tens and tens of thousands of blankets and scarves that have been created and handed out. And the work just keeps going.
And it's the communities. Different walks of life have come together, and everyone feels like they are part of the family.
Definitely.
Exactly. And we've set world records. We've broken world records.
Stunt on us, honey.
The beautiful thing about it is that it's whenever you have a mission, whenever you have a goal, it enthuses you. Whenever I've done the most crocheting or scarves or blankets, it's when we've had these goals to reach. So they've gone out to make sure that we work even harder to bring as much warmth as we can to as many people as possible.
Come on, I love that. And of course, the hugest happiness blanket is exactly that. Bringing everyone together, allowing us to not just make a spectacle, but really allow the warmth to reach different parts of South Africa.
The 25% of those blankets will stay in Gqeberha because there's a huge need in that part of the country.
100%.
And the rest then will be going back to the different provinces, and then ambassadors choose their own beneficiaries who they feel need the warmth the most.
So how can we get involved, Annie?
Well, we've got websites, 67 Blankets for Nelson Mandela Day South Africa. We've got Instagram, Facebook. Anyone can get involved. Twitter. So it's everybody has, most have two hands. And it's a skill that anyone can learn off YouTube. Or if you have a granny who knits or crochets, get someone to teach you.
Love it.
And we've got it in schools now, so which I think is very important.
We've even gone into prisons. So this movement is really reaching people. And personally, I'm on a mission to encourage guys to do it.
Yes. Come on. Yes, we
Because
do.
guys, it's a challenge for you out
We
there.
all can do it. There
We've
it
got
is.
time.
Thank you.
You've got your own two hands.
Why not?
Doesn't matter where you come from.
Yes.
You can do this.
It's beautiful.
Very therapeutic as well.
Annie and Timothy, thank you for the amazing work that you're doing.
you for having
Congratulations
me.
on all of the success that you've seen in allowing South Africa to be warmer and warmer. And I just wish you guys all of the best for the 20th of
And
March.
thank you for your support.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't for your support, people wouldn't know about 67 Blankets.
Exactly. Of course.
So thank you for always being there and for always, putting the spotlight on us.
Thank you, guys. Do you see these superheroes? Not all of them wear capes. Some of them wear blankets. Do you know what I mean? And today, my friend, it is all about 67 blankets for Nelson Mandela Day. And it is all about that hugest happiness blanket that is going to be happening on the 20th of March at Nelson Mandela University. You heard about how you can get involved. Let me give you those details yet again. You can head over to 67blankets.co.za or you can follow them on social media. It is at 67 Blankets for Nelson Mandela Day. It's that easy. You can get all of the details you need. And friend, trust me, there is someone out there who is in need that could be helped by you getting involved. So do the things. Right about now, I want to cross over to my KTZ family. Calm, my baby. Are you nice and warm over there? Are they keeping you warm in the mother city, huh?
Always warm. With organizations like that, I am definitely warm by that, Zanele. It is fantastic. 67 blankets. We need to help them at whatever cost. It's going to be fantastic. But for now, yes, in Cape Town, very warm because you know what? We need to give you weekend plans. JP Sebastian is here to review a few of the movies releasing tomorrow. So let's get straight into it, shall we? And start off with a movie that I've heard about with a lot of hype, a lot of award hype as well as Maria.
I mean, of course I've heard all of this kind of hype too. I think it's nominated for 1 Oscar for cinematography.
Yes.
Obviously, Angelina Jolie. Interestingly, every time she was nominated in the past, and she's not this year, she won every nomination. So, yeah, clearly an actress who, I don't need to tell you, everything in her hands.
Yes.
She really, even if stuff like, say, Tomb Raider is a bit corny or whatever, she knows what she's getting into and she's, like, committed. And your commitment, Maria Callas?
Yes, the opera singer.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's the correct word. Opera singer sounds so cheap for like someone as great as Maria Callas.
Operatic visionary.
There you go.
Done.
Call hype man.
I am the hype man here.
And rightly so. The woman in real life, even if you're not an opera fan like myself, or you put on Maria Callas and you go, I get this. Deep in my nerves and my bones, I get this. And so as part of the commitment that Angelina Jolie gives, she trained for 7 months and actually attempts the singing of Maria Callas, but fortunately for her, after the heyday. So the heyday singing in this movie, because this is just her in her twilight, really. Her days in Paris as she's retiring. The majority of the heyday kind of music, of her height, of her zenith, is 90%, 95% recordings. But respect to Angelina Jolie. Now, some people might sneer and go, "Oh, you couldn't do, dude, you couldn't do the voice." It's like, if you want to make the running movie and you want to train to be Usain Bolt, singing in Emilia Perez, that's doing pop songs, you could say, yeah, those people are doing badly. But to try and stand up to Maria Callas, props to Angelina Jolie for investing this way. Now, another really important name there is, I don't know if you heard of Pablo Larraín, but you might have seen some of his movies. You might remember that there was that Spencer movie with Kristen Stewart where she plays Lady Di.
Yes.
There was also Jackie, about Jackie Onassis, JFK's widow. With
Getting
Natalie
a trend
Portman.
here.
So so this one completes, in a sense, a spiritual trilogy of what is referred to as the Women in Heels trilogy. So there's hype, sure, but it doesn't necessarily hit the same spot as previous big swingers. Like, I thought Spencer was very good, but the guy's got a good eye. Watch No as well. It's a hard movie to look up, obviously, but Pablo Larraín, good director. Angelina Jolie, great actor.
Maria, let's go to Companion. Is another movie. I actually haven't really heard of this one.
No one has. Why is this movie being so undermarketed? Maybe there's just too much, like, the timing is bad in the season, but critics are coming back with high scores. And even randos of the public are like...
I mean, I know Jack Quaid from The Boys.
I haven't gotten into The Boys yet.
Yes,
but she is from another show, Yellow Jackets. She plays the teenage version.
I haven't watched that either. Okay.
We are so two uncles over here. Umalume is trying to get into Companion, which, like I said, I have not seen enough on the radar about, despite both critics, the cream of the crop and the snobs, and also just the random public. And this is pretty interesting. And after like a run of, Megan the Robot, you had Blink twice being trapped on the island, you had The Menu being trapped in the restaurant on the island.
Yes.
I feel like I don't know when Earth gets tired of allegories and eventually just goes, shouldn't we just give all women guns? like every movie's like, boo, but what if? Yeah. So it's another one of those stories similar this time. However, the character plays something like an AI robot, sex bot, if you can just put it plainly like that. And the man has the power to even change a level of intelligence, as you just saw there. And so it's one of these interesting games and these questions. I think, interestingly, it tries to bring in, while we're talking about AI now and America imploding because of DeepSeek, you've got this interesting question about, well, how much of us is in AI, and thus how much of male toxicity is in AI. So it tries to induce a more interesting conversation, and because it's the people who worked on that, if you saw Barbarian, that was really good, really interesting. Do try and see Barbarian from like 2 years ago. It also apparently does like this halfway through twist where you're just like, nah, everything you thought is wrong. So yeah, Companion on my list of to do.
Love it. We can do a throwback here. Truman Show. I was shocked to see this on your list.
At certain cinemas, I won't name, you can look it up for yourself, but I have to put it on the list if it's coming up.
Love this movie.
A masterpiece.
I feel like it's ahead of its time. It's way ahead of its time.
Tell us how, Carl.
Because think about the way we are living right now. We are living in a world, we are consumed by this concept of reality TV, which is actually taking the human condition and it's portraying
commodifying it and abusing it and turning us into livestock.
But that's...
I mean, who could imagine sitting in a fake lounge selling people stuff? That would be crazy.
I mean, imagine.
Oh, The Truman Show, just to get people up to date. Obviously, they know the synopsis by now. Jim Carrey, from birth to adulthood, does not know that he's trapped inside a reality show. There's this gigantic dome that's built on top of Hollywood. There are 5,000 cameras everywhere. Ed Harris is so strong, such a good actor. And let me tell you, with this interesting movie about people trapped in Plato's cave, you can look that up on your own time. This was a year before The Matrix. And in effect, Jim Carrey is Neo in this, breaking through the veneer, breaking through the... look, JP can get as deep as he likes. Look at you. I could go down the rabbit hole into Plato's cave with you on this. It's masterful in terms of... Do you want to talk about Baudrillard, the philosopher, maybe? Hyper-reality? It is, like I said, anticipates so much of us. Thinking that we're crafting selves on social media, but only to be curated by corporations. It's a gross and scary message, but it's a magnificent film, and it's worth seeing on the big screen, definitely. I think it's out for a couple of weeks.
Okay, thank you so much.
Show,
you know what, we ran out of a little time, but if you can, nutshell Flight Risk.
Nutshell, Flight Risk.
I know it's tough because it's a Mel Gibson movie.
Famous racists, Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg. I do not care. Yeah, you got a dude who's a mystery pilot on a plane with a marshal who's carrying a prisoner, but trouble ensues in the air. Find out for yourself. Mark Wahlberg.
Thank you so much. That's exactly what a nutshell. That's what it sounds like right there. So those movies out. Enjoy your weekend and catch those movies, including a throwback Truman Show. It is a masterpiece.
It really is. But no, for the hype, obviously. How many? 10 nominations at the Oscars? It's 10, right? Yes.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, Mzansi, welcome back. It's your feel-good breakfast show. It's feeling like a Friday, but a reminder, it's only Thursday, but I'm here for the energy, here for the feels, and especially when this man's in the building. We're talking about JB Sebastian with the new molded face, a jawline, and everything that I need to get me hyped up for the day. I said those words and I meant it.
I'm going to make you a marble bust of me. You can just put it on your bookshelf or in your toilet. Wherever you, yeah, I know.
Listen, bro, let's get back into the game. And we're talking about something which is insane. The world is going crazy about this.
Yes, they
Nora.
are. Yeah, and for lovely human beings like Mikey Madison, who's nominated. Yura Borisov is the other nomination. Bunch of nominations. Best Picture nomination, director, etc., etc. I think it's about 10 at the Oscars. We'll find out soon enough. But to give you a quick idea of what you're about to see in the scene I'm going to show you, is Mikey Madison, who plays Nora, is an erotic dancer who has a sojourn for business reasons with a young man who is one of these billionaires heir type things. And so just for a week, they think it's just business, but obviously they start to hit it off. Obviously, butterflies and love and romance, you'll see for yourself. Here's them and him pop in the question, as you can only expect a 21-year-old to do. Nora.
Okay, go. Go get married.
Yes. Yes, let's get married.
You asshole.
Why?
Don't cheese me with that shit, okay?
Stop.
It ain't cool.
Stop. Annie,
Yeah?
will you marry me?
Seriously?
Seriously.
Mm-hmm. So you want to get married to me, Vanya? You want me to be your little wifey? Yeah?
Yes. I just think that we had great time together and... На русском скажу, что... Мне кажется, просто мы бы клево провели время, даже если бы у меня не было денег. And I will become American and my parents will suck my dick.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And I said it wisely.
Three carrots.
What about 4? Or 5? Or 6?
Okay.
Fairy tale, sweep so off the feet type romance, and then whirlwind affair, and then obviously drama has to ensue, right?
But I love that. That was a real, raw, intimate moment. I can feel that coming through in that scene. I don't know if it was just me.
No, that's actor sensitivity, man. Like, acting is not just like, can you say a wad of words in a paragraph? Like, what can you do with your face? Like, actors practice like micro muscle movements that just, and obviously Mikey Madison. What's really important here, by the way, is people were complaining that Yura Borisov, a gentleman who you might see a bit later in the footage that we're going to be showing you of Nora, who was nominated for supporting actor, they're like, oh, he doesn't say anything. And for the longest time, he doesn't, because he's a mobster. What do you expect a mobster to say? But he's almost this outside spectator going, this is wrong, what's happening to this poor girl? And then literally in the final turn of the movie, it's really this beautiful, tender moment that they share that the dude pulls out sort of a masterclass. And I think he deserves to be nominated, or at the very least, he's just very, very good. So aside from the fact that they have this whirlwind romance, you've got what do 21-year-olds end up doing? She just doesn't see all the red flags. The parents, who are billionaires that he is the heir to, do not like the idea that he's married an erotic dancer in Las Vegas. So they decide they're going to come back and give him talkies.
Have some words with him.
Have some kind words, including sending over the heavies. And while the heavies are there to just try and calm the situation, they're not necessarily there to hurt anyone. He takes flight because they're like, we're taking you back to Russia. And Armenia in the case of this family. And so the dude just abandons this girl who he's newly married to. So then there's this cat and mouse of finding him because they want to try and annul the marriage, but you need both people present.
Yeah.
And so it's a romp of a comedy, and there are actually quite funny moments. But mostly this road movie of this ad hoc family of mobsters and Honora in the same car together, shouting at each other, swearing at each other, because this is an adult movie. It's very sexy. And that, I think, is a lot of the charm for a lot of people, is the madness, the chaos of it, is that she's a bit of a wildcat, and the movie's an entire firecracker. But I am the only person on Earth. This movie won the Cannes Palme d'Or this year. It's one of the most prestigious prizes on Earth. And I only thought it was good at best. I am a complete stick in the mud about this. I've seen Sean Baker's previous movies, this director who's also nominated.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to win director for this. And I don't know if you remember the name, The Florida Project.
Oh, yes.
Far superior to this.
Okay.
It is gorgeous, it is beautiful. And then even these tinier ones where he had like sense to work with. Tangerine was a beautiful movie he did years ago, and I recommend you see those if you enjoy Honora, and you will. But I do not believe that it is deserving of the hype it has. You'll see that from some of these scenes, by the way. I don't know if you've ever seen in comedy movies where it's like, let's do the drinking scene where everyone gets turned.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch that for 40 minutes?
Wow, okay.
Maybe some people find that a fairy tale romance, but it's a bit sort of like, give me a bit more range and depth. Show me growth in characters. Everyone's a bit flat for the longest time, and you don't see any real dynamism. It's not that you need growth, you know. It's but like, show me some friction, show me some tension, etc., etc. I wish that I could talk about it for 2 hours because I know the world will jump down my throat about it. But it's the fact that he has done better movies, and it's one of those things where, you know, like with the Grammys, they'll give the second album the Grammys because they know they should have given the first.
Yeah, just has to be
and I
there.
think that's what we're seeing with Sean Baker here. Is a movie that's good, but sorry if I'm going over my time. I'll try and be real quick. But there was Uncut Gems by the Safdie brothers, which is a true New York movie, and Sean Baker is a Florida boy trying to do New York. I think he nearly thinks he's catching the energy, but does not get the designed freneticism of Uncut Gems, which is superior, and
Right.
Florida Project, which is superior.
Well, listen, a lot of people have some comments about it and have some scores, but we want to know what you think, JP. Obviously, mentioning that. What do you
Look,
think
the
out of
big
10?
winners at Cannes loved it. Palme d'Or, I can only give it 6 out of 10. That sounds heavy because it's averaging like in the 90s, but hey, that's me. Having seen his previous body of work, he's done a lot better, and I think, like I said, it's one of those where they're going, shoot, we should have awarded the Florida Project better.
Interesting stuff. Well, JP, I can't thank you enough for coming through and giving us a reason to get hyped for this one. Honora is the title, and maybe you've got a better score and a better rating, but you're going to have to go check it out and see for yourself. It's taken the world by storm. Not JP, though. He's got his umbrella on, but you might love it, and you might have waterwork too. For now, though, we're going to carry on with the rest of the magic right after this. Don't go in, and Zanzi, your Feel Good Breakfast Show continues.
It's my feel-good show.
Welcome back. Your Thursday could turn into a big payday when you play Daily Lotto for a guaranteed 600,000 Rand jackpot. And what are you waiting for? You can buy tickets right now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply by dialing *120 *7529# for USSD. All the details are on our social media pages, so go check them out. And Panda Pusha play Daily Lotto for the guaranteed 600,000 Rand jackpot today, and you could be celebrating a big payday, so play now. Let's play some music now.
It is exactly what we need to do, because to wrap things up on a high, we've got the gorgeous Charlize Berg. She's here to do the things with Brav. Come on!
Teruggedraai, tyd maak nie saak nie. Omgekeer, spyt oor niks nie. As ek alles kon oordoen, sou ek nie. Nog kasteel, het leen by jou koninkryk. Elke tree, nader aan die werklikheid. As ek alles kon oordoen, sou ek nie. As ek alles kon oordoen, sou ek
Another feel-good production.